If you visit the Rippaverse, you'll see just how I move differently. Got more arm hair than an armchair. That's why they call me Papa Bear, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. My business got so many factors, and I got so many detractors. Those suckers gonna need to me, and ISO's gonna sue me, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. Got 100,000 comics without any buyers, and a lot of insurance for warehouse fires, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. I sold 3D assets to a bunch of asshats for a pile of cash that's all gone up in smoke, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it.
All right, everybody, what is up? What is up? Let me make sure that we are live where we need to be. Good damn. Oh, there we go. All right, so Pale Rider was first. Pale Rider was first. What is up, man? The chat is ready to display messages. Well, I hope so. Goodness. It's been a minute. I know. I've been incredibly busy. Let me make sure that I am live everywhere that I need to be. Let me go check up on the rumblers and make sure that we're rumbling along. All right, let me go ahead and say hi to the rumblers. Are we good there? We're rumbling along. Okay, great. We're there. Let me make sure that we are live on BitChute. Let me check up on the bitches. I think I'm the only one here, buddy. I don't know yet. I'm live on Rumble, Trovo, dlive, BitChute. Let me check up on the bitches really quick. Oh man. And yeah, BitChute is kind of finicky. Zombie Bomb, hello. Okay, yeah, we're live on BitChute. Very cool. Let me go ahead and make my announcements. I was like about to do that before I launched, but create a post. Yeah, because I'm probably shadow banned because of my my horrific opinions. Hi, I'm live. Ooh face. Okay, let me go ahead and make sure that I make an announcement over on we are live over on I was gonna say Reddit. Why? I meant Discord. I gotta close out of Discord because it's been kind of annoying. Did I just get the Noto zombie is here? Hi. Okay. Yeah. So my goodness. Let me see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh yeah, I gotta turn on monetization. I don't know why it doesn't like automatically do that. It's like a pain in the ass as soon as I try to do it before I set it up, but whatever, man. Restream be doing Restream things. What's up, Cotton Chaz? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're well. Hope you're healthy. All that good stuff. I got a haircut. So let the jokes about me wearing wigs begin. Yeah. Shit. I don't even have water with me. I have this dirty water I was using for mixing drywall powder to finish up my my Space Marine puppets. I gotta alter this a little bit because there's not a lot of mobility in the arms. And not only that, like I was ready to put this thing up on Etsy. However, my Bamboo Labs H2S kind of pooped the bed. For lack of better words, I'm very upset with the way that my H2S has been performing. And it should be under warranty. So there's that. I think that's great. However, I probably should have gotten the extended warranty from Best Buy so I can just return it and get a brand new one instead of having to deal with it getting repaired. The people that are repairing it, wonderful shop, super professional, very friendly people. They know what they're doing. However, they are incredibly far away from me. They're like 45-minute drive. It's all highway, but still, it's such a pain in the ass to get there, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's quite annoying, to be honest, and it's a horrible problem to have because I already have things up on Etsy that I'm selling that require a 3D printer. I do have the P2S, and there are contingencies in place. However, it's an annoying problem to have, and the first time I had issues, that one's on me. I did things I wasn't supposed to do, but we got through it. I, listened and learned. It was an experience that I took a lot from, and I vowed never to repeat that mistake again. And I didn't. However, it's given me like these errors that I've never seen before, and it's like three at once. I did the troubleshooting stuff, and I didn't touch it or take it apart or anything like that. I was just doing what the machine told me to do, and there was no reason for it to fail. It's like, oh, the camera failed. It's like, okay, well, I didn't touch the camera and it's on a stable surface. Like, there's no reason for it to have any of these problems. So I'm hoping that the warranty service warrants me getting a brand new one, and that'll be the end of it. And now I know, armed with a ton of knowledge about these very advanced printers, I'm not going to make those mistakes again. I'll be moving differently. Hate to sound like Eric July. Yo, we moving differently. But yeah, that's what's going on. So periodically throughout the show, hopefully it's not that long, we are going to be going over the Akaash files because I do feel like that is still relevant and newsworthy and just such a hilarious situation. And a lot of people are saying things. I've listened to pretty much like as much content as I can. I soaked up as much content as I can surrounding the Akaash files. And no one is saying what I'm going to say tonight. It'll be the first. I'll be the first, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I love being one of the first people to do something on the internet. One of the first people to make a space marine puppet. And there's going to be some more puppet-related news throughout the show. Very exciting. There'll be some other stuff. And we're also going to be periodically checking in on the Illinois House District 9 primary race where Hamas bro Kat Abuguzalzla, whatever her stupid name is, we're going to watch her lose in real time to some guy named Daniel Bliss. Apparently, he transformed a couple of his kids, and that's what he had to do to win this race. Because Kat, she's kind of cute, I guess, for a female politician or for, a female candidate running for office. She's relatively young. I think she's like 24 or 25 years old, and she put up hell of a race, so kudos to her. I think she did, I don't want to say she did everything right, but in regards to physically conducting this race, I think she did a pretty good job. However, her opinions and her mouth and her goofy antics regarding ice and whatnot is probably her downfall. So Daniel Bliss looks like a regular dude, even though he transformed his kids or whatever. I mean, that's what I'm reading. I gotta double check that actually. So that allegedly he did these things. But yeah, normal looking dude versus Hamas bro, whiny Gen Z shitter. And it looks like he's running away with this. So we'll be checking in on that. But the big news today, it dropped earlier today from Joe Kent, somebody who I did speak positively about, and I'm not necessarily trashing him, but I am speaking honestly about this guy. I'm not going to read this whole thing. There's just no need to read this entire document here, but Joe Kent, formerly a well-decorated veteran, served honorably in the United States military, and unfortunately his wife passed away due to the so-called war on terror that was conducted by Barack Hussein Obama and George W. Bush, that resulted in the deaths of many, many innocent Americans and other innocent civilians throughout the world. And that would also include Joe Kent's lovely wife, who has tragically passed away as a result of this war. And it's one of the reasons why Joe Kent has elected to leave his post. So after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from that one country that it's very difficult to name because of reasons, and its powerful American lobby. It's more like a foreign lobby, but whatever. It has been an honor serving under POTUS and DNI Gabbard and leading the professionals at NCTC. May God bless America. Yeah, so I got a few problems with this, man. I got a few problems with his resignation. First off, he never should have resigned. I do like Joe Kent. I'm not trashing the guy, but there has been some inconsistent behavior with Joe Kent that has to be highlighted in regards to this resignation. So, of course, he rebukes that one country in the Middle East that we're not really allowed to acknowledge or criticize. And it's depressing, to say the least. I have been posting this image here. So let me go over to my page here. I'm going to scroll down. Yeah, I've been posting it a lot everywhere because people just want to like pretend like this wasn't a thing. And hold up, it's kind of hard to read this on the screen, so I'm just gonna pull it up from my phone really quick. Give me a minute, you guys. I apologize. Hang with me. Stay with me. Okay, so some of the posts. So January 8th of 2020, Trump's restraint shows that he wants to deal with Iran, and his red line is American loss of life and IR nuke development. Our fundamental vulnerability remains troops in striking range of IR weapons and proxies without no vital U.S. Mission. Definitely, I personally think we should have crushed their ballistic and nuke capes. I think he meant to say capabilities. But Trump has a plan. He has definitely earned the confidence of any clear-eyed observer. And again, so this is in October 7th of 2024. October 7th, because happened... Biden-Harris gave Iran access to over $100 billion. Trump used diplomacy to build the Abraham Accords, cut off Iran's funding, and killed key terrorists. America and our allies were safe, and there was less war, no more neocons, no appeasement. Trump 2024. So Iran's goal in orchestrating October 7th was to break up the Abraham Accords because the historic alliance isolated Iran's terror regime. Trump used a balance of diplomacy, economic pressure, and targeted strikes to contain Iran, the embodiment of peace through strength. Israel's dismantling of Hezbollah would have been much more challenging, if not impossible, had Trump not taken out Iran's terror mastermind, Qasem Soleimani. So yeah, it goes on. So this guy was definitely rah Israel. He was all about the Israeli mission, if you will. And now all of a sudden he's singing a completely different tune, totally out of character. And one can only speculate as to why. Again, I am not a mind reader. I'm not here to, read this guy's mind and pretend to understand what he's going through or what he's seen. It's very likely that he might have some legitimate grievances against... oh, shit. Hold up. He might have legitimate grievances against Iran. Hold on, I got to plug in my headset. I accidentally unplugged it. Whoops. However, we're at a point in history. Something that I've always professed here on the channel. It's like if you were in a position to enter into a place of legitimate power, taking over a school board, taking over, a high profile council position, becoming a sheriff, becoming a deputy, becoming an attorney for like a big county or even a small one, being a stopgap for the modern left, being a roadblock for the modern woke Democratic Party, is a good thing. Joe Kent, and I know this is going to be controversial, but Joe Kent went to war. And he lost. And he's gone to battle with these people numerous times, and he's lost at every turn. And he's lost quite a bit. And of course, he ran for Congress over in his state of Washington. And he lost to this stupid hipster woman, Congresswoman Perez. I don't remember her full name, but it's long and it's hyphenated, and she's a hipster, she's a douchebag, and he lost to her. So we had a serious candidate like Joe Kent, and he lost to this woman, and people want to crap on him and say like, oh well, he was a Bernie bro and he was this, he was that. Look, I don't care. I used to be a Bernie bro, and I don't really think that's legitimate criticism. However, there are statements that he's made on the record, on the internet, that run contrary to his statements made in this resignation, and it really gives one it really makes one stop for a minute and ask themselves why this is happening. And of course, immediately after resigning from his position, He is going to be appearing on multiple podcasts. He's going to be doing these speaking engagements. And yeah, this is the problem. What the left does is they abandon their online careers or whatever that may be. They abandon the podcast circuit and they start taking over school boards. They start taking over city halls. They start taking over alderman positions. They start doing shit. And the right does the exact opposite. They end up in positions of power. They end up in these positions of privilege like Joe Kent. And then they end up going to start some shitty podcast. Dan Bongino, another excellent example. This guy had an opportunity to make a difference in this country. And he ended up fleeing and continuing his shitty boomer-esque podcast. And that sucks because we really need these people out there to be doing, to having the president's back, to having our back, and doing what is necessary to push back against the forces of globalism. So this is a massive L for not just for Joe Kent, but for the country, for MAGA, etc. And it's under what I believe to be false pretenses. I don't think anybody genuinely knows what is going on behind the scenes here. Anybody pretending to know otherwise is a liar, like Richard Barris and Robert Barnes. They're saying that this is a coup and that the Mossad, they took over these posts and now they're going to be calling the shots. And okay, dude, whatever, man. I'm kind of annoyed by it at this point. I'm over it. There's just so much fakery from the right. They talk this big game about standing up to the internationalists, standing up to the woke mob, standing up to these duplicitous monsters that have taken over our lives, that they've infiltrated, they weaseled their way into our lives. And when they have the ability to do something, they just run and cower and hide. And it's actually quite annoying at this point. So I don't foresee things getting better, to be honest, because of the attitude of so many members of the so-called dissident right. I don't think the dissident right exists anymore, if it even existed at all. I think America First is dead. I think MAGA is still there. Support for the president is real. But support for these so-called America First policies, these movements, whatever you want to call it, they don't appear to be manifesting themselves in a meaningful way in the real world or in reality. To me, it looks like people like Joe Kent and Marjorie Taylor Greene just want to be ineffectual opposition. They just want to be able to complain and to whine and to be perpetual victims, much like a lot of the members of the woke left, without actually doing anything. The woke left, on the other hand, they actually do stuff. They do raise a lot of money. They do control academia. They control the entertainment industry. They control shit. They control the DMVs. Like, these people have real power. And imagine, and now we're looking at a situation where it's, like at first I was like, I wasn't really concerned. But if things keep going in this direction, the Republicans are going to get completely wiped out at every level of government imaginable. And and we're going to be going back to seeing trans kids. We're going to go back to seeing the erosion of good art, especially in video games. We're going to see an encroachment from the left, the likes of which we've never seen before. There's going to be this massive swing back to the far left, and there's not going to be anybody there to stop them, because anybody with a set of balls ran away, got killed, or thrown in jail. Or were censored beyond belief, and now they're moving on to live a quiet life, which is mostly what I am doing. But this is the state of things, and it really does make me sick, the hypocrisy that I am seeing, and that's just, let me just say this though. I'm not here to defend one country or another, one group of people or another. I don't really care what happens in the Middle East. Like, I don't care about these countries at all in any meaningful way, even though I refuse to criticize one of them for reasons pertaining to self-preservation. But the hypocrisy is astounding, and this is stuff that's like been like, it's like compound interest. It starts off very little, but then it grows and grows and grows and grows, and I'm at a point where it's like it can't be ignored, man. Where it's like talking about politics is just so fucking tiring and annoying, and especially since like the discourse online is just unbelievably fake, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Let me read some of these comments before I continue. Let me see. Fed post. The left are like loose cannons. They get power and start firing off. The right are more cautious, often because they work in the real world with real safety concerns. and liabilities. Yeah, probably, Buckaroo. That's certainly true. The right, like the more sensible right leaning people, definitely treat things with a lot of care and respect. The kind that we don't see from the left. The left is, if not checked, they're completely unfettered in their power grab, and they get people hurt, they get people killed, and they just do like an unbelievable amount of damage. It is why I am radical. The Republicans are shameful. We need to Fed post. No, Pale Rider, we will not be Fed posting. Chaz in the house. Yo, what's up? Gio has a file cabinet for his toilet paper. I need one. Wait, you're sick of it? Isn't everyone sick of the Zion Dawn? The right is is doing as Trump is. Conservative, what was from 10 years ago, Lady MAGA, trans was 2016, so the math is mathing. I want to be Reagan. I'm not really sure what that means. Keeps the alphabetize, mid pale, componentious, oive. God damn it, farm. Mark's explained to you about the two boxes. Chaz, you are the best co-host. I think they've overstayed my. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about, Chaz. Chaz, you think dumb shit. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to hear about that drama. So where was I? So where we're at with the hypocrisy. It just can't be ignored, and it started a while ago. I mentioned it, but it's worth mentioning again. And it's kind of relating to like the Epstein thing, you know. But when Johnny Depp was going through his very public and humiliating trial against Amber Heard, the manosphere, the red pill, the normie right, the dissident right, they latched onto that case, and they treated it as like a cultural flashpoint, and it really wasn't. They treated Johnny Depp as like this male Joan of Arc like figure, and they rallied behind this guy, and I didn't. I never fell for it. I didn't want to, but I don't like Johnny Depp. If it was up to me in my fascist America, Johnny Depp would be in prison for the rest of his life. This is the guy who rallied PDF files in Hollywood and other parts of the entertainment industry to help convicted people who were convicted of brutally, satanically murdering a child. And he petitioned the government to get these people released. And by the way, Johnny Depp was successful. And he was the key figure in having these people released. And that fucked with me. To see so many people, you know, look to these guys and treat them as like innocent martyrs, as victims of an unjust legal system that falsely put them in prison. But that wasn't true. These guys did it. Like, they 100% did it. And again, people like Tim Pool, Luke Radowski, or whatever his stupid name is, and all these other jackasses, they rallied to this guy, had him on the show, they let him tell and spew lies, which is what demons do, by the way. This guy changed his name to Damien, I think, and which is basically demon. And he helped them. And now in 2025 and 2026, nonstop on my feed, I've been hearing about how they satanic PDF files have infiltrated the government, have infiltrated, you know, big corporate America, have infiltrated virtually all halls of power throughout the world. And they're sacrificing children, they're eating the children, they're raping the children, they're doing all this evil shit. And this is the same group of people, the same people that are espousing this fucking nonsense. These are the same people that were defending a literal fucking Satanist. Not just Johnny Depp, but the murderer that Johnny Depp defended and helped release from prison after being convicted by a jury of his peers. You know, and again, it's like, dude, all these fucking red pill fuckers, all these right-wing douchebags, these fucking conspiracy theory bros, like a lot of them were like standing outside that courtroom and weeping and crying because they have a stick up their ass about Amber Heard or something. Who cares? You know, so I just see this inconsistent behavior, and you see it in everything. It's everywhere. The discourse is all fucking fake. And it's just like, I can't take it anymore. I really can't. Like, politics is like totally fucking ruined. Not only that, a lot of the traffic on the internet is driven by the third world now. So you have these accounts in Pakistan, India, Southeast Asia, etc., basically pretending to be Americans, Western people, and talking about these matters as if they have a fucking clue. It's quite disgusting, and it's funny because we were told for over a decade that Russia was interfering in our elections. They were They had these sophisticated bot farms. I don't know about you guys, but I see a lot of the slop online, and it's coming from India. It's coming from Southeast Asia. It's coming from Africa. It's not Russia. Everything is fake. Everything is fake. And then of course the Iran shit, the Iran stuff. Again. I don't really want to get into it too much, but I think it's funny that the people that are supposed to be calling out the fake news, or the people that were the loudest about the so-called fake news, both on the left and the right, seem to be completely oblivious to the AI slop that is dominating not just the feeds on Twitter, but all over Facebook. And it's like, oh well, they sunk all these ships, all these American ships are gone now. It's like, oh, here's what Tel Aviv looks like, and it's like a nuke being dropped on these countries, and it's like, no, like this is clearly fucking AI slop, and they're falling for it. And it wasn't even just Iran, but it was also the Epstein shit. Like, how many times have you guys seen that Epstein photo where Trump is like cuddling this fucking child, but Epstein has no legs and his arm is like extended to the other side of the couch, it's like clearly like 5 feet away. Like it's like insanity. It's insanity that so many people fall for it. So the discourse, it's just not interesting to talk about anymore, and all of it is tied together. All of this is tied together. Yeah, the right just wants to suck dick. They just want to live on their knees and be whiny pussies. And the real remedy, which is what the left is doing, because the left gets results because they're going out into the real world and making a difference in their eyes, right? Like they're getting the votes, they're collecting the ballots, they're raising the money, they're controlling the school boards, they're controlling academia, they're controlling the video game industry, they're controlling the music, they're controlling everything. And that takes real legwork, and the right doesn't want to do that. They just want to, lament about the Jews, and it's fucking annoying. Like the discourse sucks. Like you can't have a conversation with anybody about this stuff. When people are saying that Orange Man went on a yacht in Lake Michigan and with one of his alleged victims, and then the woman gave birth to his kid, and he threw the kid in the water and then threatened her life. What can you say about these people? And they want to look at me like I'm fucking crazy because I think the moon landing is fake. Well, I know the moon landing is fake. I say the moon landing did not fucking happen. And they want to look at me like I'm crazy, but they believe that anybody who reviews the Epstein situation with a little bit of skepticism, we're PDF files or we're PDF defenders. And again, like that's like one of the fucking worst things you can call someone. One of the worst things you can accuse someone of being, when it's not true, is being a child victimizer. And these same people, especially on the right, have zero issues whatsoever calling the president that, or calling somebody who may have like hung out with Epstein once or been at a cocktail party with him once. So it's like, oh well, Trump abandoned his voters and he abandoned his virtues or whatever. Well, so did the right, so did the so-called dissident right, if it even existed in the first place. Like it's all fucking fake. And the only way to get around this is to just not participate in it and to make fun of it. I think that's going to be my approach moving forward, because there's just no sense in debating with these people or arguing with them or having a conversation in good faith, because these people are insane. Like they think that President Trump, I guess, faked the assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah, they believe the moon landing, but the assassination attempt against the president's life was fake. Why did you vote for all of this? God damn it, Artem. No. Do you believe the Holocaust happened? I don't know, Artem. I wasn't there. My general view on history, if it comes from the perspective of modern day academia, which goes back quite a few decades, it's probably bullshit. But I don't know. I never researched it. I didn't look into it. If we're going to look at it at face value, I can say this confidently. A lot of innocent people perished during World War II. It was a horrible thing to have happened. I think America should not have intervened. If I was alive at the time, I would have voted against it. I would not have participated in the war. I would have been an anti-war activist because I don't like the idea of sending innocent people to go die for fucking nothing. And it was a bullshit war. So was World War I. After these wars occurred, Europe was in disarray for a very long time, so much so it literally led up to another world war. That's indisputable. And it obviously was employed to weaken and destroy very strong European bloodlines and to demoralize the goyim, as Epstein and his peeps would call us. So yeah, it's an interesting topic, but again, I'm not the one to really talk about that because I don't know too much about it. I have strong feelings about World War II, but it doesn't really extend to the holy cost, as you put it. So yeah, man, everyone needs to just be careful with what you consume online, because like a lot of these people that are thought leaders, that are right wing influencers, like all these people are fucking liars, you know, like every single one of them. And if they're not liars, they're just like painfully stupid and falling for blatant fucking slop. Like that Nick Sorter guy was clearly publishing fake bullshit. He's like, I got sources inside. No, you don't. Because like literally 20-30 minutes after he made this claim, I forget which one it was, something about Greg Bovino, I believe, it turned out to be completely and totally false. Yeah, these people are just dumb, and a lot of them are Fed posting. Okay, well, all you fucking right-wing dissident douchebag bros on the internet, if you feel so strongly about Fed posting, you go first. Why don't you lead by example? If you guys want to LARP as fucking tough guys, why not take that extra step and actually be a fucking tough guy? It's actually really easy. You step outside and you do some shit, but they're not going to, because these people are fucking liars. They want you to waste your time. They want you to throw away your life. They want you to pull the trigger. They want you to engage in political violence and get yourself into trouble. Not them, though. They got to be, you know, in their little office or living room on their computer with a fucking microphone in their face talking their shit. They'll be fine and free and divorced of all consequences, but people like us are going to be the ones that suffer as a result of this sort of stupidity. So the choice is yours. You can fall for the slop. You can fall for the propaganda. You can fall for the fake narratives, if you will. Or you can move forward bravely into the future and be a leader in your own community, in your own home, in your own school even. You know, there's plenty of places to make a difference and to make an impact, and it's not going to happen on the internet because the discourse is fake. All this is built on a foundation of sand, and everybody knows what that means, right? If it's built on a foundation of sand, it's a fugazi. It's nothing. And you know, you do a lot, like people in my position, we do a lot of soul searching, you know, because words matter, and intent matters, and the rhetoric matters, and I just like I like people too much to lie to them and to be dishonest and to, you know, to put up this front. Like I'm not interested in doing any of that. But a lot of these other people don't feel the same way because they're just pigs. They're just grifters. All they want to do is fleece you and take your money, and you will get nothing in return. That's how the cookie crumbles. It really is. And yeah, it sucks that we lose people like Joe Kent. Again, realistically, the guy was a loser. He lost to a very unpopular, stupid hipster woman in congressional races. He's a very smart guy. He elected to go to war under Bush, Obama, or whichever one, I forget. And he paid the ultimate price, man. He paid the ultimate price, and it's not funny. And by the way, because I've been asked, and I've also stated openly on the stream, like, I don't believe I'm against war, and I'm against shooting at people who didn't do anything to me. I'm not interested in going to Iran to fight. I'm not interested and if you feel the same way, then don't enlist. It's a volunteer military. I tell people it's not. I don't care if President Trump is kicking ass and he's doing all these amazing things. Like, I'm not going to join the military because you never know. And now look where we're at. Let me see. Oh, let me see. What do we got here? Why did you vote for the war and having Iran let people move their tankers and buy oil if it's in the Chinese currency? I don't even know if that's happening, bro. Hugo Boss was a good guy, innovated the clothing industry with style. Hugo Boss's clothes is pretty timeless. HugoBoss.com. Get yourself a fancy peacoat while everything is on sale. Maybe these males over 35 with zero future investments in the nation should stop whining and do something. Only people suffering are those with actual investments in the nation's future. Yeah, I mean, that might be true. Like, look, look, I'm pro working class. I'm pro productive class because I am in that group, right? I'm part of the productive class. I'm part of the working class. And people who are 35, 30, or even 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, like those are people that I want to talk to, and those are people that I care about, and they have legitimate grievances, and I do believe they have the right to complain. They do, but they should be smart about it, and they should be more productive about it. Just sitting here whining and Fed posting and being stupid is not a long-term solution. It's not even a short-term solution. But if you're at that position where it's like you don't have any investments, you don't own any property, hell, you might not even have a car. Dude, you know what? If you don't have any debts and you're just poor, chill out. You'll figure it out. I'm not going to elaborate further because we can talk about that forever. Got gas yesterday and $30 didn't give me half a tank. Need that Walking Dead recipe. Oh man, yeah, the Walking Dead recipe. Yeah, I drive a motorcycle, so this doesn't affect me. When Joe Biden ended up being rigged into office and gas prices were almost $6 to $7 here in the Valley in Las Vegas, I got a motorcycle. And I got it immediately, and it saved me a ton of money. I'm not saying to go buy a motorcycle, but like that was my solution. And yeah, and I own the motorcycle. I only have to fill it up like once every 2 weeks, and it's like $10 to fill it up, maybe if that, not even. But yeah, it sucks what is happening in Iran, especially in regards to the impact that it's having here at home with the gas prices. And while I don't necessarily support wars and conflict, and I don't celebrate it or make light of it, I'll say this: fuck Iran. I don't like the fact that this shithole country on the other side of the planet can dictate prices at my gas pump right down the street. No, that's a fucking problem, man. They need to be fucking dealt with, and that shit should never fucking happen again. And by the way, like this weird alliance that the Democratic Party has with Iran, it's fucking sus, man. Like shipping out like $100 billion like in pallets of money on a plane and shit. Doing all this weird shitty shit, like John Kerry having that weird relationship with Iran. Like I don't like it, man. If Trump's gonna put an end to it and he can get it over with, and I don't know, 2 weeks maybe, then yeah, then this will be worth it. Gas prices will go back down, and we'll all just be like looking back on this moment. It's like, hey, remember when everybody like chimped out over this conflict in Iran that only lasted like a few weeks? Which is what I'm hoping for. Like I'm hoping this is a one and done thing. Like, look, if it doesn't turn out that way, yeah, Trump fucked up. Trump lost. It's over. You voted for the war, Gio. Now you don't want to go? Well, in my defense, it wasn't very likely that we would be going into a war with Iran. But whatever. It happened. Whoops. It is now $3.60 per gallon. I am sad. Yeah, Pill Rider, I'm sad too. Believe me, I'm not happy about it, but you know what? Time to learn to walk to work. I don't know specifically, but I feel like I've seen it get this high or a bit higher, and I still got a full tank for 150 when it went in bone dry. Where I am, it's $4. It was below $3. Oof, Artem. Oof, that is an oof. So the $30 half a tank really fucks me up. Same vehicle, same station. Well, I mean, you just got to find something different. Gio voted for Trump. I voted against Kamala. So they cannot control the area because your costs go up, but you dictate the prices. I don't know what you're trying to say. But yeah, well, we gotta. It was very likely people were talking about it. He made the signs clear, like how he betrayed the people, and you ignored to see it. Look, there is a fair case to make that people do feel betrayed by Trump. Do I feel betrayed? No, but am I disappointed? Yeah. Like, look, there's some serious problems with the administration. Yeah, it was made very clear, and there's no disputing this, that they were going to be the anti-war party. Trump was the anti-war candidate. He was going to go in there swinging his big old dick and preventing another massive conflict that we saw in the fake war on terror, the kind of shit that we saw in Kosovo when Bill Clinton was president. You know, we were going to avoid all that. People legitimately believed that. I sort of believed it. And then, of course, you know, things just got out of control with the Gaza shit. You know, the Russians and the Ukrainians don't want to back down, and that war is still raging. I feel like that probably could have ended a lot sooner, but Trump probably does not have the will or the political courage to do the unpopular thing. He should have gotten this over with a long time ago. Some more legitimate grievances that I have with this administration is the messaging on immigration. I know that there are a lot of deportations, but he's not really communicating the policies effectively the way that he should. I don't like the fact that he keeps talking about that stupid fucking ballroom. It's like, dude, gas prices are spiking. the out of control price hikes during Joe Biden's presidency, while they did go down, and while wages are going up, they're not going up as high as they should be, and the prices aren't going down the way that they should be. And obviously that's changed at this point because of the conflict in Iran. But it's like, dude, you're talking about this ballroom when Americans are legitimately struggling. Like, that fucks me up, man. Like, how I can't defend that. You guys want to complain? I agree with you. Election integrity. I was a former election specialist. I was an election expert. Okay. Election integrity is like one of the most important things to me. And it sickens me that it is 2026 and he had all this time to go after Arizona recorder, go after Katie Hobbs, go after Governor Kemp, go after Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, go after the election riggers, and he didn't do anything about it. Go after Mark Elias. Nothing. Where are the arrests? Where are the indictments? Where are the charges? Where's that tough guy rhetoric? I want to hear more about how we're going to put Mark Elias in prison versus this stupid fucking ballroom. And again, I voted for Trump enthusiastically 3 times. Like, I love Trump, and I'm not going to betray or turn my back on my president yet. But I can't sit here and tell you that, like, I'm completely happy with how things are going, especially with the election integrity stuff. And then there's also the smaller issues. Like, dude, we won on education. Why are we not, promoting school choice and talking about these parents that were brutalized by public education? Why are we not talking more about how these disgusting teachers are victimizing children at a rate we've never seen before? Just look at the Law and Crime YouTube channel and all these fucking teachers that are like getting arrested for, doing shit to kids. Like, all this is like, all of that is political, by the way. Again, I know that because I've seen it with my own eyes. I used to work for the government here. Why aren't we talking about those issues? Or why isn't Trump talking about those issues? It really is like, dude, we had this massive opportunity. And I feel like we're at the point where it's very likely he squandered it. Unless this war ends in literally a couple weeks, unless those prices don't go back down to less than $3, unless we don't start seeing arrests in April, midterms are lost. That's just the sad reality of it. And again, the Republican Party is another obstacle, a massive obstacle. These people are not interested in defending the president and defending his voters. It's really, really sickening to see. But again, I'm not a registered Republican. I am a Democrat. But I've reliably, enthusiastically voted for and had faith in the Republican Party, and they betrayed our president. They betrayed us. They don't want to pass common sense election reforms. They don't want to pass the Save America Act, which basically bans child genital mutilation, that enforces mandatory voter ID, that, basically regulates federal elections where you have to prove your birth, your citizenship to register to vote. They want to do away with all this craziness at the DMV with their automatic voter registration and fraud that I know exists, that we know exists. But Trump wants to fuck around and hang out with Lindsey Graham, talk about Miriam Adelson, do the bidding of Benjamin Netanyahu. And again, while I'm not like a fan of that shit, it doesn't help that the dissident right is publishing blatant fucking slop and they're being hypocrites. And I'm really just at the point where I'm just throwing up my hands and I'm like, I'm fucking over this. I'm over this. And I'd rather just do my own thing and be more lighthearted because I feel like this is futile. Much like debating a lot of these people is futile. Like, I know it in my heart and soul that the moon landing didn't happen. And my main objective was to prove that these people were just evil and they want to control our speech. And I was right. But you can't convince them. You can only speak to the people. And I think that's more important, more so than the debate me bro shit. Because I just don't have the stomach for it anymore. I don't have the stamina for it. And it's even worse when like drug addicts like Tiny end up talking on these serious issues. And he has no right to. He really doesn't. Like, he's a fucking idiot. Same with Hassan Piker. A total fucking do-nothing basic bitch. Dude, like, I look at him, he's like a blonde. He might as well be a blonde chick with giant tits. Like, he's a fucking moron. And he's literally pretending to be like a missile expert. Missile as in like the military technology that blows shit up. He pretends to be an expert on that. Like, dude, you never done anything with power tools in your life, let alone understand how a fucking missile works. And people listen to them, and it's sickening. It makes me sick. It's like listening to a woman for dating advice. It's like, why? It's like they're like the worst people to listen to. Did you vote for the Epstein president? Shut the fuck up, Artem. You fucking asshole. They have been lost since the beginning of the year. You are very late in the political sphere. No, that's just what morons say. But I don't think anybody really knows how any of this is going to play out. I mean, I can only predict based on what is happening now and what has happened very recently. And it just doesn't seem like the Republican Party has the will to win. And that isn't really on the president. I mean, it is and it isn't. It is because a lot of these people should have been primaried out a long time ago. Because a lot of these members of the a lot of the members of the Republican Party are elitists and they're racist. They viewed President Trump as white trash. He's a trashy white guy, even though he's richer than all of them combined. Because he's not in the club, you know. He's not one of them. He's not a part of the good old boys club. And they certainly don't like the people that vote for him, you know, just, you know, country bumpkins, you know, people who like drink gravy and shit, just regular Americans, regular working class Americans, people with like a community college degree. They don't like those people, and they're not going to pass the Save America Act. It's going to fail. More than likely, it's going to fail. If it passes, I'll launch a stream and start eating my own fucking face. It's going to be bloody. You guys have to call the cops. It'll be hilarious. Joe, I can solve your election integrity issues. I suggest you read Stalin's work. He will explain it very well. Well, I think Stalin's solution was just ending the lives of millions of people and made things less complicated. Ricada needs to shut the fuck up too. Well, what did Ricada say? What did Ricada say? I don't know what he's been saying. You should listen to Nick Fuentes' short clips explaining the political sphere and connections. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Nicholas J. Fuentes, dude. Like, he's another do-nothing bitch. And he's a fraud. You know, like, this is a guy who pretended that like he had a hand in Trump winning the 2024 election when he actively campaigned against President Trump. This is a guy who like talks about like does the ortho bro shit. He does like my Catholicism shit, but the dude likes to suck cock, which again I don't really care if he does. He's not interesting to me. Like he's really no different than Destiny, except he's less annoying and he's more funny and entertaining. Like Nick Fuentes is funny, but like the guy is a liar. Like he's duplicitous. You know, and he's like one of the most shadiest figures on the so-called dissident right. And not only that, like just like watching his content, it only like really serves to embarrass his audience, because like the people who like cling on to everything he says and does, like those people just end up becoming insufferable and annoying. And not only that, like a lot of like Nick Fuentes' like fan base is like really brown coded. I'm not really about that. Like in the real world, like you meet groypers and like they're like normal, wholesome Americana types. But online, they're all like Pakistani and Indian and shit. They're like Latinx or BIPOCs, and I'm like, okay, it's like the fresh and fraud shit. Like when Professor Chronicus was reading this really funny BBC article where they like identified like who the real incels were, and like they were all like BIPOCs. And I'm like, oh wow. I don't like him even if he talks about facts. It doesn't matter because I don't like him. Dude, that's okay, Artem. That's not what I said. Like he's a liar. Like he's legitimately a liar, and he misleads people. Like I forgot the guy's name. I think it was like Nick Coleman did like a really great analysis on this guy on Fuentes, and you know just kind of highlighting like how like duplicitous he is and how he's double dealing, and you know there's like two versions of Nick. There's like podcast Nick, and then there's like America First Show Nick, and like both of these people are completely different. And again, like how he advertises himself, it's like it's not true. And again, like Nick Fuentes is one of these people, along with like douchebag Jake Shields and Dave Smith, the unfunny so-called comedian. These guys want to like, you know, they want to harp about and chimp out about these PDF files in government that are eating children and shit. Well, what about all the PDF files that Nick Fuentes surrounds himself with? People like fucking Ollie Alexander. But, you know, again, whatever. Like, it's okay because he says the N-word, right? It's funny because he says, like, really funny shit. So we'll forget about all those PDFs that he surrounded himself with. Yeah, see, again, like, this is part of the hypocrisy that like, fucks with me, bros. I didn't say everything he says is false, but, like, this idea that he's, like, tradcath and that he's like alpha and that like he's like America first. He's not. Like the dude like literally had this weird alliance with a radical Islamic douchebag who's open borders. And again, Nick Fuentes was supposed to be against that, but I guess not. He's hiding long emo anime bangs. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't be mean to him. Gio's a dork. Let him at least try to be entertaining. How am I a dork? What the fuck? What is going on here? Okay, so you're calling me a dork, Zombie Bomb? I want you to explain yourself, woman. Jerry, we were talking about facts, not satire. Trump surrounds himself with the pedo people. Well, I mean, who? Who is one of the pedo people? I'm serious, because look, everybody was reading through that shit, and there was a whole lot of nothing in there. By the way, I do believe Pizzagate is real. I really do. But the discourse around Epstein, the majority of it is totally fake. No, I don't know what you're talking about, Zombie Bomb. But yeah. Like during the State of the Union, I didn't have time to react to it because everything was happening like so quickly. But Thomas Massey, that fucking freak, he brought this woman. I forget her name. We can look it up. But she was the self-proclaimed Epstein pimp. That was her title, right? That was the title given to her. She was on Netflix and everything, so it's confirmed she was Epstein's pimp. She would get girls for Epstein for them to do whatever, allegedly, right, in a video game. He brought this woman to the State of the Union to, I don't know, glare at Trump as he was delivering his State of the Union speech. And, like, nobody asked questions, you know, because he's a libertarian. Like, fuck these people. Like, they're all fucking fake, dudes. Let's see. Killer Chris G. He only likes Muslims because they hate the Jews. Still a weird reason, but he's a one-issue guy. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, sure. More than likely, that might be the case. Like, he has an animus towards them. But I've also seen it where like he like scales back and like he says all kinds of weird shit. You know what? I did have a clip for a show that I was gonna do, but I didn't do it because I was really busy. But let's see if we can. Let me see if I can pull this up. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me load this up. Oh, you know what? This might be it. This might be it. All right, let's go ahead and let's examine this clip really quick from Nicholas J. Fuentes.
It looks like a mosaic.
Hold on, let me turn this audio up. It's really quiet.
The halftime show was in Spanish and all the performers were brown people. The message was, "This is what America looks like, a mosaic of Latin peoples." Clearly it was political. Clearly it was a middle finger to white people. Weird take. Are you even a white nationalist at this point?
Honestly, I don't feel like one anymore. I feel like, you know, do I want America to be a white country? Yes. I'm pro-white, but the movement has just been captured by losers and idiots. And I don't really, I'm kind of just done pandering. I fucking hate these people. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but like who are these losers that captured the movement? And what movement exactly? Is it the one that he's in? Who's leading that movement? Let's do a head count. Ian Carroll, Candace Owens, Myron Gaines, the Tate Bros, Dave Smith, Tim Pool, Luke Radowski, Thomas Massey, these people? Yeah, if that's the case, they are fucking losers, but if he's not suggesting it's them, then who is he talking about?
It. You know, when I look at what the movement has become, like the kind of impulses that have captured it, it's just kind of depressing. And I've always been forward thinking, and I've always been heterodox, and I've always been progressive in a way. And increasingly, I don't feel like I fit in with that anymore, you know? So no, I don't think I'm like you, because now it's turned into, it used to be the case that if you were against white genocide, if you're pro-white, if you're against immigration, like that is what it meant to be on our side. Now it's like you have to be a Republican culture warrior. I have to be spun up about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, by the way, this is shit that I was saying years ago. Like I was mocking the culture warriors and how fucking stupid most of these people are. And by the way, a lot of them are not even a part of the dissident right movement. People like the Quartering, Eric July, you know, the the Friday Night Tights crew. Like all those people are fucking dorks. Like again, there's not much disagreement here. The first part, you need to tell me who took over the so-called movement, whatever that movement is. Let's just be consistent here. Like him being vague, like he's not saying anything. And yeah, the Super Bowl was a giant fucking middle finger to traditional Americans.
It's just so low IQ. It's so low IQ. It's so monotonous, so repetitive. You're screaming at the halftime show because it's in Spanish.
Yeah, Owen Schroyer is a fucking cuckservative, for sure. The guy's a fucking idiot. And that dude did hard time. Like, he did real jail time, and now he's just a fucking dork. Like, he's just perpetually chimped out. All these people are just perpetually outraged over nothing.
Okay, I mean, am I supposed to do this performative outrage? Why? I'm supposed to get up out of my seat? Who gives a fuck? You know? So I just don't... No, I don't think I fit in anymore because, you know, I'm telling you this, we've reached a high watermark of that stuff. I've been doing this for 10 years. I was into this before it was popular, before it was mainstream, and now it's filled with a bunch of complete fucking idiots, and it's really just turned into signaling that you're a part of an in-group, and we're all going to have the same take, and we're all going to have the same opinion, and we're all going to say the same thing, and we're all going to engage in this elaborate performance. I don't know who it's for, why. We're all going to perform outrage. We're all going to perform and do the same jokes, and we're all going to have the same talking points. And I don't know. It's no longer interesting to me. It's no longer interesting. It's not funny anymore. It's not edgy. It's really just become a drag. At one point, we were the trolls, and now we're the butthurt ones. There was a point in time when we were having fun, and we were laughing, and we were trolling, and we were making jokes. And now our side are the biggest butthurt faggots of all time.
Yeah, and how did that work out exactly? Again, like I don't necessarily disagree with him. The left were butthurt, you know, butthurt bitches, for lack of better words. But what did they do? They took over the video game industry. They took over academia. They took over the tech sector, and they censored lawful speech. They got people thrown in prison. And it started with this so-called performative outrage. And again, like I largely agree with this. Like I think the culture warriors are fucking losers. I think they're a waste of everybody's time. And if you really want to go after the so-called Epstein class, you stop consuming the Goy slop. It really is that simple. These people can't function without your participation, without your money. But people don't want to give up their Goy slop, and they'll defend it. That's the hill that they're willing to die on. They do not want to give up their pornography. They don't want to give up the Funko Pops. They don't want to give up doing drugs. Nicolas J. Fuentes hangs out with, pretty much everybody he hangs out with does drugs. Clavicular. Like, there was that clip where he was, like, just standing there, like, I don't know, like, in some nightclub or bar, and this fucking bitch is, like, hitting on him, and she said something like, oh, let's go do goy nip. She said something about goy nip, which I guess is a euphemism for weed, which I guess it is. Because that's all drugs does. That's its main function. It's meant to pacify you, make you worthless. But nobody wants to give up their drugs. Nobody wants to give up their fucking Netflix. They don't want to give up their next day shipping. They want to have these meaningless culture war conversations about, you know, fucking, you know, trans kids or fucking some character in Stranger Things sucking dick or whatever. How about just walk away from all of that? By the way, this little shit here, he gets caught up in that. He loves the pop culture slop. He pushes it. So it's like, so again, like I don't necessarily disagree with everything he's saying here or some of what he's saying here, but there's hypocrisy too. And there's inconsistencies in the behavior. I don't want to be involved in any of that shit because I know it feeds and gives money and aid to the so-called Epstein class. But nobody wants to acknowledge it. Well, you think singing that fucking Kanye West song is going to make a difference? Fuck you. You're not doing anything.
You know, the far right has become the biggest butthurt faggots ever. Everybody's mad all the time. You can't make jokes. Everyone's moral fagging about everything. Purity spiraling. And people are, at the end of the day, people don't even really have a vision for what the country should be. I mean, half the people complaining about the halftime show aren't even white nationalists. They don't even know what the fuck they are. They just have these grievances. They don't care if America... Do you think Megyn Kelly gives a shit if America's white or not? Megyn Kelly is bitching about it. Like, you think Megyn Kelly is based? Megyn Kelly's screaming, the Super Bowl should be unifying. It should be in English. You think Megyn Kelly's a white nationalist? She isn't. She's just pandering to, like, I don't know, this, like, really bitter, like, white resentment politics. And I've always said this. I want to imagine a better future. I'm actually a progressive. And this kind of, like, Oliver Anthony, Matt Walsh, like, knuckle-dragging, like, bitter ass face thing, we're all going to be grumpy and mad. I've never been on board with that. I've always seen it as defeatist and fucking pathetic and basically just this big loser mentality.
Yeah, and he's not exactly wrong. And again, like, I fucking hate Oliver Anthony. Like, I've done multiple streams just completely shitting on this guy because Oliver Anthony is just another fucking, prop, another tool used by the masters, the internationalists, to pacify the Goyim. When that song came out, fuck, I don't even remember how it went. I used to sing it all the time. And they're taking our germs, and they're sucking our dicks. It's a damn shame. The dollar ain't shit. I'm like, fuck off. Yeah, dude, that guy. When that song came out, the internationals like, shit, man. The Goyim they're getting fucking uppity, man. They're starting to notice us. They're starting to say shit. Like they're no longer like terrified by what Nick Fuentes and his grippers are saying. Now they're kind of resonating with his streams. And then they bring out this fucking retard, Oliver Anthony. And it's like, all right, let the Goyim know that they, someone out there is like kind of listening to them, pacify them. Go do your thing, Oliver Anthony, and we'll pay off your debts or whatever. Yeah, dude, that guy's a fucking fed for sure. Yeah, the whole perpetually grumpy thing. I mean, that's kind of like that was my grievance against the fucking culture warriors. The Friday Night Tight Crew, fucking Eric July, all these dorks, all these fucking idiots. It's like, oh, yeah, all this shit sucks. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I went to the movies. I was like the only guy there. And it's like, dude, you don't have anything better to do? Yeah, how about not give those people your money and your time? Like, figure something out. Like, I'll give Nick Fuentes this. Like, he goes out there and he puts on these events. And to a point, maybe he moved the needle, or he moved the consciousness. I don't think he moved the political needle because, again, he tried and he failed miserably. And you know what? I think 2026 midterms hasn't happened yet. As it looks right now, it's going to go in a very bad direction. But if it doesn't, Nick Fuentes is done. Which is why he's trying to pivot now to becoming a liberal. There's another clip of him that's, again, I just glanced at it for 2 seconds, but apparently he wants to be like a Democrat now. Good for him.
So, yeah, the halftime show was in Spanish. Oh, I didn't know that. You're telling me for the first time. It's like, okay. The message was America is full of Latin people. Well, it is. So, I mean, are do we live in reality? The message is America's full of Mexicans. Okay, America is like a quarter Hispanic. So, like, I don't know, like, get real?
Artem, I don't even know why you're upset, Artem. I don't even know why you're upset. But it is what it is. Let's see. You made 0 streams on Oliver Anthony. You made 1 really inspired. Dude, what? I've done plenty of streams about Oliver Anthony. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not true. Yeah, I don't know what Nick Fuentes' deal is, man. Again, I just don't really trust anything that comes out of his mouth. He's just fundamentally dishonest. I don't just croppers. There was another one that was a troon that was abusing kids. Oh, really? I didn't know about that. Send me some links. Yeah, well, look, I'll say this about the Groypers, because Groypers are ultimately just fans of Nick Fuentes, I guess. They're fans of that sort of content within that sphere, and the few that I met in person were surprisingly they were white, and they were really well mannered and like well dressed, and they were like really like smart and articulate. So he does have a very intelligent group of fans, the ones that go out into the real world at least. But then there's like the pejorative Groyper, the negative Groyper, like the incel type, the one that the BBC wrote about, how most of them are actually BIPOCs, and like they don't look like Kyle Rittenhouse. They actually look more like Ian Miles Chungus and shit. And yeah, so yeah, so I don't really want to disparage the Groypers, because it's really not an issue with them per se, because again, they're just watching the content. They should be more critical though. And by the way, he does get a lot of flack. A lot of these Groiper generals, they've just been proven to be total frauds. Verillium, which is one of the greatest examples, the more recent one, totally hilarious, by the way. His dad is like a really big content creator, divorce lawyer guy, and he's like super rich, but like he looks like a bum, and he's not. He just chooses to live like, he does the whole transformer thing. He's, sending nudes of his ass. He's, banging dudes and shit. And it is what it is, man. Again, it's better just to walk away from that stuff. It was on Curse stream today. They look like what you think they would. Very creepy. Oh, man. Yeah. Those transformers, man, they're not having a really good week. I know there was another one that ended up going to jail recently for abusing kids. Oh, was that guy a Groiper? Send me a link, man. I'd want to see it. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on from that. Those are my grievances. So there'll be a lot less politics moving forward. What the hell? Shit. Oh, this is kind of old news, man. This came out like last week or so. Xbox exec claims that she was pushed out after eyebrow-raising bathrobe incident with a colleague at a hotel. I don't know. Probably true, given how dorky these executives can be. I don't really feel like going into that. Let's see. Springsteen fans outraged over pricey tickets for No King's theme tour. A woke joke. Yeah, I mean, this is the new grift, by the way. I've been shitting on the right for so long already. It's already like an hour. Let's just make fun of the left really quick too. Yeah, they also have pretty much the same problems that the right does, and I noticed it immediately after the 2024 election. Because the problem with a lot of these leftists. They love to consume a bunch of these like worthless like studies, like, oh, I got these studies, I'm looking at this report, and one, they're not interpreting them correctly. Two, the source of these reports or studies are all bullshit, because we know they're just making it up at this point. A lot of it is election interference for the sake of demoralizing Trump's voter base or demoralizing Republicans and preventing them from wanting to vote. So the left was so sure that Orange Man was going to get his ass cheeks clapped in the 2024 election, and obviously that didn't happen. If you guys go back and look at how I felt, I was confident that Trump was going to win. I was very confident, even before the Butler incident, even before the Ann Seltzer polling and whatnot, which is bullshit, by the way. She totally got it wrong. I got it right, but she didn't. She's got a team of people that get paid very well. I don't. I'm just able to predict the future, and apparently she can't anymore, or just refused not to. She's not a stupid lady. She did what she did for political purposes, but yeah, like that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. I was almost certain that it was going to go the right way, and immediately after that election, David Pakman was lamenting the fact that so many people, and I saw these comments too, they were bitching at David Pakman. They're like, dude, you lied to us. We were so confident that we were going to win this election. We were so confident that this would be the end of MAGA. We were done with the maggots. We're going to stomp on them. We're going to get a can of Raid. We're going to destroy the rest of them, and we'll be done with it. And obviously that's not what happened. President Trump ended up performing an electoral miracle in 2024 of November, general election. And it was amazing. And by the way, it wasn't just David Pakman. It was Pisco Liddy. He was hanging out with Destiny. The Majority Report douchebags, the Young Cucks. It was also what was that? David Lickman, I got the 7 keys. That fucking idiot. All these fucking douchebags. They were so confident, and there's like countless videos where people are like doing we're gonna react to these woke journalists crying on election night. And every single one of them was like, oh, yeah, dude, this is over. We're going to be going to bed at 10 o'clock at night. Oh, this is going to be done. Orange Man is going to be pooping in his diapers. And none of that happened. And a lot of people ended up abandoning these content creators. They ended up abandoning these influencers, basically for what is happening on the right now. And I think that's good. Like, I feel like people on the left and the right should just stop listening to a lot of these douchebag influencers, because one, we don't know where their sources of information really comes from. We don't know where their motivations really lie. And what we do know is that most of these people are lying. They're being deliberately dishonest. They're deliberately misleading people on both the left and the right, these so-called influencers, which I refuse to do that to you guys, or to anybody really. And yeah, people are walking away from it. And I feel like that's what needs to happen to the culture war douchebags that I've, goofed on, like Eric July and whatnot. Just walk away from it, because they have nothing to offer anybody. And then that's certainly the left's problem too. They're just wrong. They're just reliably wrong. And if they pass the Save America Act, yeah. Really, these right wing influencers and these left wing influencers like David Pakman, Kyle Kuklinski, Dave Smith, and all these other douchebags, and Bruce Springsteen, all they do, their main purpose is just to fleece the working class, just to fleece people who are frustrated, who feel left behind, who feel ignored, who are frightened, who can't tell reality from fiction. And yeah, this is a time for people to kind of just like walk away and be better than this. I really do believe that. And yeah, and the hypocrisy, it goes both ways. I know I've been really harsh on the right, but again, that's the side of the aisle that I'm on, right? I'm against the Democratic Party. I am against mask mandates. I'm against the moon landing hoax. I'm against fleecing the American public to pay for fucking USAID and to give to these daycares, these Somali daycares. Hollywood Reporter Harvey Weinstein, the Rikers interview. I had some funny jokes written, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Good riddance, man. Fuck this guy. However, the only reason why he's in prison is because Gavin Newsom's wife ended up having sex with him, and she didn't end up having a career. So she was like a key witness in putting this guy in prison, and there was a lot of pressure for the wife to stand down. And I guess to Gavin Newsom's credit, he didn't, but still, he fucked his wife, and he should be embarrassed for all of eternity. All right, so let's get into some funny shit, like actually some good pop culture news. So Mystery Science Theater 3000 Revival Kickstarter campaign has closed with a total of over $2.5 million. Let's see if that's a resounding success really quick. Man, the Riff Tracks experiment. Oh, dude, I remember the Riff Tracks. Damn, man, those are some good days. Let me see. Is this gonna link me to the GoFundMe? Let me see. Where's the GoFundMe link? I want to see the link. No, hold up. We gotta Google it, fellas. We gotta Google it. Cause now I am curious. MS. Let's see. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Let me see. GoFundMe page or Kickstarter page. Whoops, that's why I couldn't find it. Oh, damn. Oh shit. Wow. Okay. So I ended up seeing it right here, you guys. How cool is this? So, So they initially were just asking for 2 million, and it's almost at 6. So I imagine they were able to successfully fund the entire operation. So now it's at 48,000, over 48,000 backers. Dude, this is awesome. Yeah, so Mystery Science Theater 3000, it follows these adorable puppets and this guy who's like, I don't know, lost in space. And they're trying to create this like super weapon of cringe to destroy the planet or something. And these puppets are like his sidekicks. Like they're joining him to watch these really terrible movies. And that was like the charm, right? And this is like peak entertainment. And it was so funny because back in the day when they were pitching the show to these big executives, they're like, all right, we just need to we want to acquire the rights to like these really terrible movies. And the lawyer guy was like, dude, we can get Star Wars, we can get this, we can get that. They're like, no, it needs to be absolutely terrible. And they didn't understand it at first, but they trusted the creators and they trusted the people who were controlling these puppets. And the show ended up being a massive success. You know what? I might actually go looking for like the Blu-ray collection or something because I want like a physical copy of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I ended up finding a torrent for every single episode and the movies, of course, online. I think it was like Pirate Bay or one of the popular BitTorrent websites. It took me 2 weeks to download, but I have the original shows archived on one of my hard drives, and it's so special to me. And again, like, dude, the puppets, I'm telling you guys, the puppets are making a comeback, man. Everything is going to be puppets and it's going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait to like fully finish with the project that I'm working on now. I think starting tomorrow, I got to meet with one contractor to wrap up some landscaping stuff. And I'm also going to be drafting some contracts for some people to really finish this off. And once I'm done with all that shit and I leave it behind and I start my, go back to my old life and starting next month, or I guess next week, really. Yeah, dude, like the Fleece and Bolter channel, like I want to do really fun stuff with the Trench Crusade, and of course with the Dawn of War 40K video games that are coming out. With, of course, we got Total War Hammer 40K, and of course we got Dawn of War 4, or Dawn of War 40K 4. It's gonna be badass. Let's see. Gio reminds me of Air July time. Delete that comment right now. Bruce Springsteen made me sad on how lame and rainbow he was. I don't think I can name a single Bruce Springsteen song. Are we all gonna turn lame and rainbow one day too? You already have. I mean, yeah, I think puppets and other real, tangible social media will come back as a natural response to AI slop, but I don't think everything will. Okay, look, I don't want to say everything is puppets, but the puppets are like, they're here to stay. God damn it! All right, I think it's so niche and unique, and I like that comment, Buckaroo Bonsai. I really do, because I watched this video from Computing Forever, and it was titled like "The Great Turning Away," and it kind of ties into what I talked about earlier with how I feel about politics and discourse on the internet, how a lot of it is fake. And my response to that is really just to turn away. And the AI slop doesn't help, obviously. Like, there's so much AI slop surrounding Trump, surrounding Iran, surrounding Epstein, surrounding this and that. Dude, I'm seeing AI slop everywhere, all over my Facebook feed. Like, I used to see pictures of like my friends and some family members, and I would see, they're like, oh, I got a new job, I got a new car, I got a new dog, I got a promotion, and I don't see that anymore. Now it's all like, oh, Renee Good is a queen, rest in peace, Orange Man's a PDF file, oh, look at this, man discovers ancient water monster, and it's like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, dude, like, the internet sucks now. The internet is almost entirely unusable. And it's really why, like, I gravitated towards these puppets and wanted to do a puppet-oriented show on the Fleece and Bolter channel. By the way, link in the description. It's because, like, this is real, right? This is real. And it's going to be voice acted by yours truly. And it's going to be about really cool and interesting stuff, like the Trench Crusade tabletop game, and, of course, Dawn of War 40K video games, and, of course, the tabletop stuff and other pop culture-related stuff. And again, like, this is an AI. This is a real item for the puppet. And I feel like a lot more people are going to start appreciating that and appreciating local stuff. They're going to be, appreciating local artists who perform. They're going to be appreciating people who actually put themselves out there, and they're not just like, oh, look at this goofy peanut AI avatar thingy. People want reality. And I mean, when we're seeing this in all facets of life, like, especially like in dating, like, people are like tapping out of the dating apps. The dating apps suck. It's not even bad enough that dating in general, modern dating in general, is like kind of lame. But like, I know guys who are like, yeah, I was like talking to this, what I thought was a woman for a week. And then like, we were supposed to meet up, but then they started asking me for money before I met them. And it's like, obvious they got scammed, or they were about to be scammed. So it's really sad. It's really sad. But as a result of all the fakery and all the slop, AI slop, like, people want reality, all kinds of reality. And I think that's a good thing. In a weird way, like, AI is probably going to revive returning to the real world, for lack of better words. Let me see. 40K, we get some cool 40K lore videos. Yeah, Pale Rider, I want to do really cool 40K lore videos featuring the puppets that are going to be really fun and interesting. And even then, like, there's 40K videos that are just pure AI slop. Like, they're not pronouncing the names correctly. Like, it's obviously using one of those, like, and then, something happened and the blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like, no, dude, like, that's obviously not a real voice. It's not a real person. Like, I've heard that voice a million fucking times before. Like, it's sickening. So yeah. And again, like, I love 40K shit. Like, I loved, and then the Trench Crusade is pretty badass too. The internet dead theory is definitely real. I am deaf AI. I hope not. It's my favorite thing in the world. I am not real Geo Zombie Bomb. I am dumb AI. Honestly, that's an amazing idea. I can't even tell if you're being honest, Zombie Bomb, or not. But yeah. I'm just gonna take it at face value because I'm autistic and I just can't tell if people are being sarcastic. There's a huge market for homosexual 40K puppet vids. There probably is. There probably is. Look, I'm just saying that the puppetry has opened up some interesting doors for me. I met a lot of really cool people creating puppets for them, and like I can't believe like I was able to make money doing this shit, and it cost me like almost nothing. You know, like I didn't like the fleece, especially at Joann's before they closed down. Like I bought a bunch, and like yeah, like I made my money back selling like a couple puppets. So it's been great. It's been great. I can't complain. And it's just nice to see that the enthusiasm for puppets is still alive and thriving. There's a political commentator. I'm subscribed to him, but I forget his name. He does the puppet thing, and it's really funny. Obviously, Mystery Science Theater 3000 over $5.5 million pledged to bring back this like I don't want to say ancient show, but like, dude, Mystery Science Theater 3000 came out in like the late 90s. I was a kid. I didn't really appreciate it. I remember when I was young, I was watching the Sci-Fi Channel when it was actually spelled correctly. And there was this movie called Track of the Moonbees, and obviously the little puppets were making fun of it. And I wanted to, I love monster movies because I'm a dork, right? Like I see a monster movie and I just want to watch it and like get like invested in the world. And then the little puppets were like making jokes in the bottom, and I thought there was something wrong with the TV. Again, I'm an idiot, so I'm like, boo, get these puppets off the fucking screen. I want to watch Track of the Moonbeast. And then and I ended up seeing it again, and I'm like, oh, I get it. They're riffing on it. They're making fun of it. I would like to do so. I think that would be really fun to do on the channel. But I couldn't do it with the movie, obviously, because I would have to acquire the rights. But it would be funny to, you know what would be funny? To do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type show on YouTube. I could probably do it on the watchfrogs, where like the puppets are riffing on like cringe videos. Dude, that I think that'd be a really good idea. I think that'd be really fucking good, actually. That'd actually be pretty damn funny. Let's see. CFS, Kane is a money printer. Go Burr. Felicia Day is a bad person. I don't know who that is. Patton Oswalt. Yeah, Patton Oswalt fucking sucks. I don't know who Felicia Day is though. I don't know who those other people are, but they hang out around shitheads. Look, I don't know who they're hanging around with. I don't want to like, do that guilt by association shit. That only applies to people like Eric July. All right. So, anyways, very excited. A lot of really interesting things happening in the pop culture world. Let's see, what else do we got here? What the fuck is this? Oh, yeah. All right, 304 stuff. All right, so girlfriend treats me perfectly and wants to get married, but I'm her 10th. Met my girlfriend 8 months ago on dating apps. She has a great job. Our family, okay, if you lead with a job, that's a problem. That's certainly not what you want. That's absolutely not what you want in a person. Unless you're a woman, you definitely don't want a guy who's like, got some like shitty dead end job and he's not gonna be able to provide for you and your family and stuff. But if you're a dude, oh, she's got a great job. Yeah, who cares? Our families love each other. That's important. She loves me and already wants to get married. She cooks for me as well all the time and does my laundry, cleans without me even asking, brings gifts frequently, supports everything I want to do. I mean, this girl is like the perfect male fantasy, except for one thing. Oof. I can't help but think she's doing all this to distract from the fact that she had an experimental phase back in college where she would go to bars and parties and slept with 8 guys in 2 years. All one-night stands or short-term flings lasting weeks to months. I had a bunch of similar friends too from nursing. She is a nurse practitioner. Oh no, god damn it! And she had an IUD back then. She never cheated, but I will never know if she's telling the truth or downplaying her past because on the first date she said it was just 6 guys. And then later she said I was the 10th. Oh, God. Oh. Hold up. Yeah, yeah, dude, I would just leave her. Don't get married. He's not the 10th. It's much higher. The amount he marries her, Her whole "I'm a perfect woman" act will stop. She's only doing that to get the ring. Yeah, so she probably realizes that like her time's up. It's either now or never. So she found this perfect simp, and she's got him wrapped around her little finger, and she's just biding her time. Yeah, as soon as they get married, oh dude, she's gonna change up real fucking quick. Yeah, I would just leave. There's no fixing the past, man. There's no changing that unless you have a time machine. My 23 female boyfriend, male 31, keeps getting made fun of by his friends for his penis size. How can I make it stop? Crying emoji. Oh boy. Hello. So straight to the point. I recently started dating this new guy. He is nice and sweet. There's one catch so far. He is always making overly confident jokes about his dick size in front of his friends. They played sports together, so I think they've seen it. It's not that big. Crying emoji. Last week he made a joke about him being in my guts and even touching my lungs out loud in a bar, and his friend said, now we all know that isn't true. That's always great. The friends that like humble the liar in the group. That's always important. It looked me dead in my eyes. I locked up and turned away embarrassed because it's kind of true, but why would he say that? Why did he say that out loud to everyone there? What do I do in this situation? How should I start to bring this up? Please, someone help. I need to know the human response for these situations. The proper response would be like, hey, can you just not talk about your fucking tiny wiener in public, or make comments about rearranging my guts when we both know you never did that, because it's embarrassing to me and I don't want to be put in a position where I'm gonna have to lie about your tiny wiener being bigger than it actually is. That's the only solution. Obviously you want to dress that up so it's nicer, but yeah, these dudes who like brag and stuff and obviously lie, yeah, they just need to be put in their place, man. They gotta be stopped. There's just no denying. There's just no denying. Yeah, I actually know somebody who was kind of like this. They would always like do the whole like brag thing, the humble brag. It's not even humble. It's like the exact opposite of humble bragging. And yeah, there were people who were like, dude, like you don't have any friends, bro. Like you're kind of a fucking loser. And yeah, they usually stop them in their tracks. I feel bad for her. I'm on the female side here. New episode. Okay, so we need to talk about here. Oh, I gotta turn this music off really quick. All right, so we gotta talk about these Akaash files, because this is actually talked about this in the beginning of the show, and I'm gonna go somewhere where nobody has gone before and talking about the situation. And man, where does it start? New episode. So we need to start with this clip first. So really quick backstory. Akaash Singh, who is this Indian individual right here, he was a 30-year-old or 40-year-old virgin until he got married to this woman named Jasleen Singh. And he's on a very popular podcast called Flagrant Podcast or Flagrant 2. I don't really know. And he he would brag about how he has like the most innocent, wholesome, traditional Indian wife, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And she started podcasting and doing the I'm a social media influencer thing. And she ended up telling a completely different story as to what this dude bragged about. And it was like, it was like a mic drop, jaw dropping, embarrassing moment. And she completely humiliated this poor guy and completely destroyed his reputation. And his co-host, Andrew Schultz, who is actually a funny comedian. I don't think Akaash Singh is that funny. He's like, dude, people who I like don't really talk to that much, but like we're friends or whatever, like family friends, like they would text me because they know Akaash, and they're like, bro, how do we kill her? And it starts here.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
I'm bringing this up because you will face this woman, men. Some women will lie to you. This is Jasleen in her own words.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my and living my best life.
So Honey wasn't a virgin.
I never wanted kids because I was selfish. I didn't want to give up so much of
More.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
I'm bringing this up because you will face this woman, men. Some women will lie to you. This is Jasleen in her own words.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my and living my best life.
So
Yeah, immediately after she said that, she's like, I was living my best life at these like white boy frat houses. So she was essentially getting her guts rearranged by these white boys at these frat houses, and like she was getting, and she's like very thin. Dude, I've been handed blunts fatter than this chick, but she gets passed around a little bit more. She's not ugly. So I could see this happening, being passed around, being used as an object for the satisfaction of other dudes. But this is a far cry from the my Jasleen, my precious Indian wife is a wholesome virgin, innocent girl, traditional. I don't know about you, but I never heard a girl say I'm painfully nostalgic for getting my guts rearranged by all these white boys at these frat parties. She probably would hook up with multiple dudes at once. But yeah, that was the meme, right? And this is the humble brag that and one of like his claims to, how do I put this? It's like a claims to some bragging rights, I guess. He's like, yeah, I'm a 30-year-old virgin who bagged another, 20-year-old virgin, and she lost it to me, bro. Like, she's committed to me and me only. And it's funny because Akaash Singh ends up making his entire so-called comedy act, his alleged comedy act, basically about his race, about him being Indian, and how he's like, oh, I'm traditional, oh, my culture, ooh, my virgin wife. And, like, all of it is fake. Like, none of it is real, or at least the part about her being a virgin is. And it's like a big talking point for him. And it just completely shattered the narrative. He's completely embarrassed, and everybody in his life is like super concerned for his well-being. So we have this podcast here. So this is a very telling moment. So I'm just gonna let the clip speak for itself here. Let me turn this audio up.
Allegedly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, is it true that you said that there was a rotation of guys?
A roster.
Yeah,
what does a roster
what does that
mean to you?
What does this mean?
Yeah, so the funny part the funny part about okay, so first off, these guys are fucking laughing their asses off on the inside. They know she's full of shit based off of the way that they are asking this question and their body language. Like, it's like, look at, he's doing the fake, like, I'm going to interview you pose. Like, this is really funny. This is 10 out of 10 here. Schultz is also kind of funny in this. And Akaash is not having a good time. He can't even fully look at Jasleen. He has to give her the side eye, right? This is a very disapproving side look. Like, I'm hoping that you don't say anything stupid. Let's just examine this one more time. This is absolutely hilarious.
Allegedly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, is it true that you said that there was a rotation of guys?
A roster.
Yeah,
what does a roster mean to you?
What does this mean?
You guys have to understand, have you ever heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
Yes.
I was, you know. Okay. So I was,
His Catholic school was in his living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
I was a repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
But
What does a roster mean?
so it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like,
Yeah, so she had to be asked that question twice because she wasn't answering it. So this is what we call deflection. So she's trying to, she already told on herself, you guys. So she obviously had a rotation to dudes in a stable, and she got to pick who she was gonna ride that night. Dude, sometimes she'd probably ride a few at any given day. It doesn't surprise me. So here's her definition of what the roster means.
like two guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean
fucking.
hooking up, I just meant making out. Again, like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I'm actually.
No, you exaggerate because you're a liar and a woman, and that's just kind of what these people do. But you're lying right now because you know what you were doing was embarrassing. Not just embarrassing yourself, but you're embarrassing the husband, which is the Indian cuck Akaash Singh. Yeah, let's look back at this one more time.
Is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, and they're laughing at her, dude. Which is a prude. That's the only response. Like, if she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally a prude." Guys, I don't know about you, but there's just no reason for a woman to lie about popping your pussy for the white boys at these frat parties. That just doesn't happen. She said that because it's true, and she thought it would, she would get praised for it. People would be like, "Yes, Queen Slay," but no, it's just ghetto, trashy behavior. And slutty behavior too.
One of our fans asked us, would you guys have an orgy? So I just said, oh, I'm actively trying, like, as a joke. Now, looking back, like, it's been pointed out to me, and I get that. I feel like for us, I think I learned so much of my humor from Akaash, not to like justify it, but just to explain like, oh, if I say these absurd things, it's so funny because it's not who I actually am.
Right.
But I kind of forgot that like the internet doesn't know all these multi-dimensions of my personality, so they're just seeing this one thing.
Right.
So the orgy joke started with like Akaash being like, oh, Nav's really hot. Like Akaash would show Nav's picture to his trainer or whatever, because he's like really like, yeah, ripped or whatever.
I will say also, if she had a body count, I would have been like, hey, cut that. But because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is.
Oh, you are a virgin? That's real?
I was a virgin until I met him, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they don't believe her. Oh,
good to know.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't, that body count thing, I'd have been like, what are we doing here?
Right.
But by the way, the little podcast that she was doing was just like my main character. I think it was called like the main character syndrome or something like that. Like a main character podcast. It's pretty much ended now. Obviously, Akaash Singh was like, no, you're not going to have a fucking microphone in your face. You are not going to be doing a podcast. Like, holy fuck, this is a stupid idea. Look at all the trouble that you caused. And, no. So he did put he quashed that. He quashed that real quick.
Because I would have been insecure about it. But I can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh, I absolutely would feel insecure.
And I think stupidly, I was like, oh, it's an orgy, so it's all of us. It's not like
Yeah, that is stupid.
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
I say you're being inclusive. You're being inclusive.
It's not a
You know what like the funny thing is? It's like, all right, dude, check this out. The thing is like, dude, he is insecure because he was living the traditional, virgin Indian boy life, waiting for the one, and then he thought he found the one, and he was living this lie, and he was telling these lies, more than likely unknown to him, because it seems like everybody was kind of blindsided by this. And yeah. And then of course she's going around saying that she's nostalgic. But by the way, like if you're like an Indian guy and then you get like an Indian girl and then she's out there bragging about how like she misses getting like her guts rearranged by these like frat boys, that's going to be a massive hit to his ego, especially since the majority of his act is like predicated on him being like Indian and being like an immigrant or whatever. So dude, she fucking hurt him, bros. Like he's completely cooked. And of course he stayed with her. And so now he's gonna have to be known as like the Indian Will Smith, which is unbelievably hilarious. And there's a funny part that really stood out to me. That is quite the learning experience here. So if I scroll over here, ducking the kiss. Now there were instances. There was like a compilation of videos where during different events at different times, where Akaash Singh would go in to kiss his wife because they were already married in all these clips. He went in to kiss her, and she was always ducking him. She was always like, no. And I've seen that move before. The moving away, I'd be at bars, I'd be at clubs or whatever, and like I'd see in the corner of my eye, or somebody would tell me about an experience they had where like they try to go in and like, maybe like a drunk friend of mine would try to hook up with some chick, and he would try to like make out with her before trying to get her to leave with him, and she would like avoid kissing him, for obvious reasons. And the way that a random stranger would treat another random stranger, like in a party setting or in a bar or club setting, that's how she treats Akaash Singh, her own husband. And she ends up giving this foul explanation for it. And we're going to dissect it because I thought it was very, very telling.
Lip gloss is on your ear, which means she ducked the fuck out of a kiss. There is
In the elevator?
Son, it is.
No, that's when I ducked the kiss.
No. Oh, that's when you ducked it. That's our boy.
Yeah.
We play no fucking games.
Yeah. We back.
That's fun. You didn't tell her you were gonna do that shit, huh?
Nope.
Because she was surprised as fuck. She's like, I shouldn't do that
There
anymore.
you go.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so she literally said you can just do it, and she seemed quite serious, like she was remorseful for what you've been put through.
What she put me through.
Yeah.
No, I got to use this now.
Yes.
Let's line up Patreon.
Oh, here we go.
It's like when Akaash's birthday comes around.
Yeah.
I have to pretend that it's like so special, but
I
it's
don't
like
even ask for this.
the one day. Yeah, you do. The one day of the year that I have to like be totally selfless.
Oh yeah, that I
Which
want.
is really hard for me.
Yeah, that I want.
Jasleen, you're doing a horrible job right now. Jasleen, just when we think.
Oh, no. I like, here it is.
Okay, the other thing that we saw these videos of was the ducking the kisses. That was, those are, listen.
These ones piss me off.
That I'm guilty of. I'm
These
guilty
ones
of
pissed
that.
me off, and I didn't like it one bit, and I need you to explain yourself immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to know.
Honestly, I
Also,
didn't,
can I just say that
Yeah.
I would watch the videos and I would die laughing. As a friend who loves him, I would die laughing because they edited it so perfectly where like he's going in and then it just right at the last minute. But he's already got his lips pursed, so he got to commit to the kiss.
Yeah, we got to check out the Shifty edit right there.
That might have been Shifty. Shifty might have been editing those.
Shifty made it.
Shifty?
Chef.
Anyway,
Those piss me off.
So tell us about the duck. Do you always duck his kisses when there are not people around?
No, not when there aren't people around, just when there are people around. And I never even
That's
knew.
worse.
I never. I didn't
Explain
know.
yourself.
I didn't know that I
Tell
did
us
that.
why.
I didn't know that I did that, so I really sat and thought about it. So I think it's
No, she's lying. She knows exactly what she's doing. Like, come on, everybody, no. Typical female
a few
lie.
things. I think it's like.
You really sat and thought about
Yeah,
it.
because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful, I do get a little shy, despite what the internet thinks.
Most Indians do. I'm the exception.
Yeah,
I
I
don't give
think
a
I
fuck.
also get overstimulated because Akaash does it a lot, like every 30 seconds, like a little bit.
I get it now, Jasleen.
All right, so there's a few things that happened here that were very, very telling. Very, very telling. Okay, so first off, I'm repressed. I'm a repressed, shy girl. Okay, that's over with. When you're openly bragging about or lamenting the fact that you aren't living through the best phase of your life, the best part of your lives is when you're getting your guts rearranged by all these frat bros. And you were talking about, dude, she's literally published videos of her fucking ass in the air while there was like a doctor performing some like bruise removal thingy. And she openly talked about banging another woman's husband. But here she is, oh, I'm so repressed. I'm so shy. But you have no problem talking about getting your guts rearranged by random frat boys. You have no problem talking about planning an orgy with your former podcast host, but you become shy when you are being kissed by your own husband. But I will say this though, she did kind of laid out a glaring flaw. Something that this simp does. She gets overstimulated. She's not using the right words. What she meant to say is, I get overly annoyed by how overly quasi-affectionate Akaash Singh gets. So here, let's wind it back just a little bit, see if we can catch it.
I did that, so I really sat and thought about it. So I think it's a few things. I think it's like
You really sat and thought about
yeah,
it.
because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful, I do get a little shy, despite what the internet thinks.
Most Indians do. I'm the exception.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
give a
I
fuck.
also get overstimulated because Akaash does it a lot, like every 30 seconds, like a little bit.
I get it now. Just leave.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, see, so what Akaash is doing, what he's displaying to the world is that he's very insecure about his place in this marriage. He knows that that his wife is very promiscuous. She is not really to be trusted. I wouldn't trust her around any dude. I wouldn't trust her at all, given the things that she said publicly. And one of the ways to kind of like reclaim his place in this marriage, his place in this relationship, is by this overt display of affection. And he wants everybody to know it. This is my wife. Look at me. I am going to kiss her repeatedly. So what he is doing is suffocating Jasleen Singh. Now, I'm not saying she's perfect or this like absolves her of any wrongdoing, but Akaash does not have virtually any experience with women, only one. And this is what happens. She ends up seeking validation from other men. She starts planning orgies with other women's husbands. Unknown to him, he's being humiliated. All of this is behind his back, of course, until, you know, it's been kind of brought to everybody's attention. Now it's everybody's problem to talk about. But that's what's going on here. Ultimately, I don't think Jasleen really respects her husband. I think she's kind of embarrassed by him, even though like he's got money. He spoils her with all the stupid shit. And but he's obviously very insecure, and she can smell that on him a mile away. And it wouldn't surprise me if she's already cheated on him. I'm just being honest with you, bros.
That's why I grabbed your chin so you couldn't.
I didn't move my face though. I wasn't
You were supposed to check your mic. You were supposed to mic check.
Who's Mike? Mine? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Suck that off you.
Okay. So it is a little bit overstimulating for you.
Yeah, it like regulates him, but it kind of overstimulates me. And like the videos people have seen are like the proposal videos. They're like already overstimulating.
Okay. So here's the thing that I think is like very I think the relatable thing is not wanting to make out with your partner in front of your entire family.
Yes.
But most people just do it because they're like, oh, I don't want my partner to feel embarrassed in this moment, even though they're like, ugh. And you're just like, you just feel the ugh. But I do think it is. I do think it's relatable though to have that sensation of like, I don't want to be intimate around my like brother,
Yo, what's up,
sisters, or mom,
Thank you for joining.
dad.
Yeah,
What's up, man?
exactly.
I think that is. I think that's relatable to people.
Yeah.
But most people just do it and then do a quick one. Like my wife will just give me like a quick smooch and then go back to doing
we never saw our parents kissing ever, so it's like so foreign to us.
This is
Yeah, maybe to him, but it's not foreign to Jasleen Singh, who is clearly experienced with other people, sexually speaking. Again, she's talked about being on Tinder and staying the night over with dudes, and we're supposed to believe that she's a virgin. And again, like it's not really important that she is or isn't, but when Akaash Singh basically goes to war with the manosphere, and he ends up mocking some of the figureheads of the so-called manosphere and calling them corny, saying that they're stupid, they don't know what they're talking about, and he like pretends that like he owned them in this like epic debate. Well, it's like, well, dude, everything they said about you and about your relationship is 100% true. Like, dude, you're just a blue-pilled cuck, and you're being cucked in real time by your very own wife, who literally lied to you. And she's literally all the awful stereotypes that Fresh and Fraud prop up and that the whatever podcast prop up. And like, it sucks having to like defend Myron Gaines and his podcast host, because obviously like I don't really like them or care about them, but they're obviously correct here in their analysis of this relationship. Like, dude, like you were clearly putting up a front, and you were putting on this mask, and that mask was taken off by your very own wife.
This is an interesting thing that a lot of the internet might not understand, but it's like your family, your parents were not like romantically in love at all. And would you say yours?
You could cut romantically. You know what I mean?
Were they both arranged? Were the marriages both arranged?
Yeah.
And sometimes arranged marriage, it's a freak off. They love fucking all the time.
Yeah.
Probably.
But they don't show us. Even
But they
kids don't see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You can't show that to children.
Our kids are going to see it.
They're going to see it?
Now, especially the internet has shamed her into not ducking, so...
Oh, now she got no excuse.
Yeah, that's true.
Me one.
There we go.
Okay.
She too.
Well,
so, yeah.
Can we settle something for the internet?
Yeah.
No. Will you kiss Akaash right now?
Oh, I don't even know if I want to see it.
On the lips.
Okay,
Prove everybody wrong.
But it's gonna mess my life.
Bring that ass over here.
Yeah, guys. I'm just letting you know right now. For those of us who like don't have problems like hooking up with chicks, going on dates, having girlfriends or whatever, I have never heard of. I'm gonna be honest. I've just never heard of like a woman saying, "I don't want to kiss my man. I don't want to kiss my boyfriend or husband because I'm gonna fuck up my makeup." Like I'd be at clubs or concerts and I'd like meet chicks and we'd like make out or whatever, and like not a single one of them has ever mentioned like, "Oh, watch out for my makeup." Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think Jasleen Singh is attracted to her husband. I think that is what's clearly going on here. She had her phase. She has her reputation. She was able to conceal that from Akaash, his friends and family. She did this podcast and she just got like this flood of euphoria, thinking I'm a rich bitch now, living vicariously through the achievements of my idiot husband, my idiot cuck husband. I can say whatever the fuck I want because I'm, kind of hot for an Indian chick or whatever. And there's not going to be any consequences. Well, that doesn't appear to be the case. The consequences are you had to settle for Akaash Singh. You couldn't get with one of the men that you were actually attracted to. You couldn't secure a relationship with one of the men that she was attracted to at those frat parties where the boys were, getting that pussy popped on them, if you know what I mean. And and even now, in front of Akaash Singh's friends, after being called out for not wanting to kiss him, she's still trying to come up with an excuse. I don't want to kiss my husband because it's going to fuck up my makeup. Dude, that's just not a thing, fellas. If that's something that you hear from a woman, you're being lied to. This is just what happens when a woman is not attracted to you, and it's on full display. And Akaash Singh is trying to play it off like it's super cool, but he's in a lot of pain. I can just see it all over his face. You gonna go play some poker? We'll have fun, Pale Rider. Get the game Liar's Bar. We'll play some poker on there. It's fun.
Bring that ass over here.
He got it!
How's it feel?
Oh, shit!
My dude, right there, It was overstimulating. It was overstimulating.
Damn. Cross his leg.
Shows or show.
I love his birthday.
Yeah.
Which day is it?
May the 4th.
Okay, all right, you passed. You passed. Now, a question for Akaash.
Yes.
These files leak.
Yeah.
The internet set ablaze. You quickly flee to India. International borders.
Yeah.
You go to a different nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain the impetus for this trip?
I was trying to get away from her, but she followed me.
She tracked you down.
So yeah, why did you? Okay, was there, before we wrap this up, was there anything that you saw? Was there anything that, like, obviously all the things I imagine made you feel bad. Was there anything that specifically bothered you or, yeah?
I mean, I think people talking about the sore butthole story, because that was more
there's this game called Liar's Bar.
Assault story.
You should get it. It's got a poker mode in it, and it's fucking fun. You should try it. It's like $5 on Steam.
Want to label it as such because I didn't think it was super traumatizing, and I had already shared one.
Right.
And I feel like the internet has a quota for girls of like how many assault stories they could share, regardless of if it's true or not. Like, obviously,
You think the internet would be like, oh, every story she tells us she's
that's why
getting
I didn't want to do that. So I was like, oh, this happened. I didn't really say it's okay.
So what happened, if you don't mind saying?
Well, I mean, so I was living in San Francisco, working on
Definitely
my
a
internship.
butt thing would happen there. Not shocking at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like when Tinder first came out. There was no Bumble, there was no Hinge. I met this guy on Tinder, whatever. Like, we were like just feeling like the vibes.
Remember, guys, she's a virgin on Tinder. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna let this story continue, but I just want to put this in your mind really quick. Okay, so this woman is about to tell us a tale. When she was spending time in San Francisco, she was on Tinder. She met this guy who she's claiming, these are her words, allegedly in a video game, he assaulted her. So she spent the night with this guy, and she's claiming he assaulted her. She didn't want to make a big deal out of that for her stupid reasons. Okay. And her asshole was sore when she was telling the story on her shitty main character podcast with the co-host that she's no longer friends with. She was like laughing ecstatically. She was big ass smile. I don't know about you guys, but I've worked with victims of abuse and violence. When a woman is assaulted, they're not giggling, they're not fucking laughing hysterically. Like, it's not funny. It really isn't. She's obviously, in my opinion, she's lying. So she's downplaying it though. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to make a big deal about it. Make a big deal about it. I don't want to, there's just so many stories out there. I don't just want to add to the pile. That's basically what she's saying. Like it's a nuisance or something. Like she's the problem for being assaulted. Again, that's not how any of this works. I believe that she is a liar, and I believe they probably did more than her just, getting fingered or whatever. And more than likely, what's very telling about the situation is that allegedly this guy assaulted her. Her reaction is to laugh, play it off, dismiss it. But when she's being criticized for her toxic behavior, for cucking Akaash Singh, who is a cuck, by the way, and being just a very unpleasant individual, she calls them incels. She doesn't want to say their name. She treats them like Voldemort. She's talking all this shit, saying that the people that are criticizing her are like worse than like the spooky mustache man. So you talk about people making fun of you in like the worst way possible. But the guy who allegedly assaulted you, it's like, oh, you're laughing. It's not a big deal. Yeah, that's how I know she's a fucking liar. Let's go ahead and continue.
And I stupidly was like, oh, you can sleep over, but like not really wanting to hook up that much. Because again, for me, like I was just like, okay, maybe we can make out and just like whatever and cuddle. But then I guess he like wanted.
Was this guy Indian?
No.
Look at Akaash's face. It's like, oh, if he was Indian, then that'd be okay. No, dude, she likes the white meat. She likes white guys. She settled for you because you were an easy target. And by the way, like, dude, like Akaash Singh, like, again, like, I don't really think he's funny. I know some people do. That's cool if you do. He's obviously like objectively, like, he's a good performer. Like, the guy knows how to work the crowd. The guy knows how to, make himself like a real force on the stage. And he knows how to work a camera, right? Like he's been on MTV, like he's been on big shows. Like the dude's like, he's got a career, bros. And she latched on to him. So it's not like, like, oh, he's just like super uber pathetic. He is. His weakness was his virginity and his lack of experience with women because he was completely blindsided.
Well, he was like way
he took it very differently than, I've learned this translation.
Wait, what do you mean?
An Indian guy might understand what an Indian girl means when she says we're hooking up. It doesn't mean we're fucking.
There's something conservative.
I think most American people
I was thrown off by her inviting him over. Because when I've been invited over, that usually means, oh, we're fucking.
No, I know.
That was, dude, the brother gets
decision
it.
on my part.
Brother
I was
man
like
gets
21, so it's like I really just like, I don't know, like I just was making bad decisions all around. So it's like, but I was like, okay, like we'll kiss, whatever. I don't remember, honestly, I don't even remember too much, but I just remember him like trying to like sneak a finger. And I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But like then the next day, like it was like kind of feeling sore, but it wouldn't, like if it had been anything else, it would, that would have been a whole other story. It would have been like, it would have teared something,
Yeah.
So it was just like that.
So this was a creep pervert that was trying you. And the internet ran off with this crazy narrative of something completely different.
Yeah.
Yo, security, you got to find those guys.
Find that guy. Yeah, we got to get them. We got to get them.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Can I beat this guy up?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No, you can.
You can take him.
That's what's up.
Yeah, outsource. Yeah, outsource.
I'm not security.
Yeah.
We got security.
Get the rose to his head. You got it. Incapacitate him.
Anything else? What other things popped up? We gotta get it all out.
Yeah, we need to get it all out.
We need to purge this.
And I'm not gonna be happy until we figure it out.
Oh, the dermatologist video.
That one pissed me off. That was outrageous and completely uncalled for.
Oh yeah,
that's why you were showing your cheeks.
He is almost
to the
invisible.
guy. And asking if he's single.
To a single Indian doctor.
Can I just give the whole lore? Okay,
Yes.
looking back, I get it. It was stupid. I was being stupid, okay? But we all make mistakes. But just to be
Good
fair.
point. Technically, we do.
Yeah, so what happened was I actually fell in Pilates class. I fell on my ass. Me and Akaash happened to have an amazing romantic weekend together.
Where? What position? Or where? Sorry, hold on.
This is in New York City. Just whatever, enjoying life. And maybe we had just gotten the rose toy too, so it was like also really fun.
What's the rose toy?
Andrew, it will change your
What's
life.
the rose
This
toy?
is inappropriate.
Is it a toy for sexual things?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes things very easy and efficient.
Whoa.
You'll never have to go down again.
But it's not penetrative.
This is Akash's like
This is my
massage parlor.
outsourcing.
Yeah.
This is my outsourcing.
You are an enigma, though.
Whoa.
No. You are like you're so what? What? Why? That's a word, right?
I know.
It is a
Just the
word.
energy is great.
Yeah.
Hard energy.
Yeah, Akash wants to fucking delete himself.
Okay, an enigma. Okay. Oh God, it
It
shows
ended
it
with
going.
the A, so it's different.
Yeah. What is? Oh,
not that.
chill
No,
out.
not
Chill
that.
out.
No,
There's
just
a
the
woman
rose
here.
toy.
Not that. No, not
Okay.
that.
Just
we
the
all use
outside
that
one.
one. Nothing goes inside. That's
Yeah,
Okay,
just
okay.
that one. Yeah.
You don't,
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have the
but
cigarette
you're
lighter
comfortable
attached.
sharing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there's other things you're not.
Because I also feel like this could help girls out. You know,
Yeah.
I'm on an SSRI, so sometimes you need like a little boost. So why not?
Yes, this is.
Oh, dude. All right. So again, this kind of reminds you of the conspiracy theory that a lot of these chicks who like settle for like these cucks or like these soy boys, a lot of them are on SSRIs, and for whatever reason, these chicks on SSRIs, they like gravitate towards like these like very effeminate, weak guys, and they're like, okay, well, this is fine, everything's great. But as soon as they are off of it, or the SSRI stop working, they're ineffective for whatever reason, most of the time it's like they just stop taking it because they think they don't need it anymore or whatever, and their whole mindset changes. They end up being disgusted by their partner, and it's a very interesting phenomena. I would need to do more research if that's the case, but it does appear to be the trend that people on the or women on that drug, they gravitate towards these weak men like Akaash, and then as soon as they are not on it anymore, they kind of just they're done with it. They're done with the relationship, and they want to move on to somebody who's actually traditionally masculine, who's not a weak pushover, who's kind of like this weak cowardly guy who's very permissive and just allows himself to be this doormat. So she don't respect him. He's taking her out, shopping sprees, whatever. And that's not going to be enough to save the relationship. Just sadly, that's just how it is. Let's see. I'm not watching the whole thing. We just skipped around to different segments. This is the last one. Let me see. It's almost invisible. I am entertained. How can I leave? She needs a whore flower. What's a whore flower? A rose vibrator. Yeah, and again, it's kind of weird that you claim to be like really shy and innocent and like wholesome, but like you show your asshole on the internet and you're talking about you're shilling these vibrator products. It's kind of weird. No, Zombie Bum is talking about like the thing that she was using.
Why I think that there's
get
confusion
confused,
to feel comfortable talking about that, but then also not feel comfortable with certain
Yeah.
sexual things. That's where the brain goes. I have to make up something.
I don't know. It's hard for me. I mean, I just am existing. I'm not trying to like. The only thing I try to do is just be myself on TikTok, but like 10 times extra.
Yeah.
And again, like not to justify,
We'll go down
but
to
I
2
feel
times.
like I've been with Akaash since I'm 22, and I feel like I've learned so much of my humor from him, my personality from watching you guys. I've hung out with so many comedians, so I'm like, oh, like be extreme, be funny, as long as your actions are a good person. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh.
Over it. All right, so we got to do consume sins. Let me go ahead and pop up some consume sins. We're ready, you guys. We're ready to do this. Gather around, children. Gather around. Ah, yes. So we have an image here of Olivia Juliana, a very, very large and in charge woman who is a far leftist Democrat Party influencer. And they're replying to a post made by Olivia Juliana She says, I've seen photos of your husband. I'm not quite sure you know what gay is. So we have, I guess, another woman named Olivia. This is her husband. He's got ruffled hair. He's sticking his tongue out. He's being really, really goofy. He's being a silly goose, which doesn't mean that you're a rainbow guy. But Olivia Juliana, who might be an authority on what a rainbow person is, and she claims to be a BIPOC, Latinx, like, rainbow person. But nonetheless, she's calling a married man a rainbow person. And of course, somebody responds with, whatever you say, honey. And Olivia Juliana is sitting in front of a giant platter that is so large, it would like literally cover my body, like twice over. But this thing is so large, it's almost like it's smaller than Olivia Juliana, who is an incredibly large woman. And she has like all these pizzas in front of her, slices of pizzas. By the way, this pizza looks really good. This looks like it's a New York style pizza, brick oven cooked, obviously. And it looks, this is thin crust. Some of this has a little bit too much cheese. Nonetheless, Olivia Juliana is apparently eating every single one of these fucking slices of pizza. She has consumed quite a bit. And it also looks like there's another very fat woman with her. So she might be sharing this, but nonetheless, she is consumed, saying this is disgusting. She should be ashamed of herself. Ashamed of herself. Amen. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can eat a whole box of pizza by myself. And then I want to delete my save file because I'm like, why the fuck did I do this? God is punishing me. And my night is ruined. I can't move. And then I fall asleep. And then I know not to do that ever again. Yeah, I remember one time in the 90s, like I ate like a bucket of KFC chicken by myself. And like, I thought I was going to die. It was so much. I don't know why I did that. I was just, dude, that's my consumed sin of the past. And, but Olivia Juliana, the sinner here, is obviously very proud of herself. Let me see, Zombie Bomb, it looks appropriately sized for her. Yeah, maybe, but this is why she's remaining large and in charge. And not losing weight. She's going to end up deleting herself. Dude, look at that. Dude, it looks like 3 Harry Sissons can fit in this dress shirt that she's wearing. Ooh. Oh, please, Olivia Juliana promotes this. First of all, I don't know if he's a sex predator. Harry J. Sisson. She follows him like a dog in heat while he's out victimizing 12 women. She's no authority on men. You know, look, I don't believe those allegations being made against Harry Sissy, but I remember that when during the primary or during the general election, Olivia Juliana was in a hotel room with Harry Sissy, and obviously she has a hots for this tiny boy. And she would like, you know, to jump his bones, but he has standards. Because I've seen the chicks that he's like, you know, been interested in or whatever. And while they were in the hotel room together, she was like recording him. She's like, oh, look, there's Harry Sissy taking the election stuff seriously. It's not that he's taking it seriously. He just doesn't want that awkward moment where like you guys lock eyes and then there's like this, you know, expectation that something might happen. So he was on the phone the entire time trying to avoid having any sort of normal human conversation with Olivia Juliana, because what you don't want is to humanize somebody this disgusting, because then it'll give her false hope. So Harry Sisson knows what he's doing because he's a fucking player. So we got more consumed sins. What is this shit? Pigs of the day. Oh no, pigs of the day. I don't remember this. Caption here. This is actually very gross and offensive. Is there music to this?
Have you been dying to eat at Beaches and Cream at Disney World Beach Club, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers.
Oh my god, look at the size of that fucking
spoon. At Beaches and
spoon.
Cream at Disney World Beach Club, but you weren't sure if you'd fit. Hey everyone.
Dude, that's a spoon that Eric July uses to feed slop to Killer Chris G. He's like, yeah, consume the ice on slup, you fucking stupid goyim. And that's a spoon he uses.
We're plus size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus size Disney tips and tricks. Beaches and Cream Soda Shop is a retro themed diner located at Disney's Beach Club Resort. They serve classic American food like burgers and sandwiches, but are probably best known for their extra large ice cream sundae, the kitchen sink. If you know us, you know that we're often thirsty for ice creams.
Dude, the bitch looks like a kitchen sink. Jesus Christ.
So we were super excited for this. The seating here consists of half booths and tables with chairs without arms. There was some bar seating with high top chairs as well. We found the seating to be pretty comfortable. For an entree, Ashley got the grilled cheese with tomato soup and added bacon.
Dude, I could probably eat like maybe 2 of these. This looks like too much, man. Ugh, brother. Ooh. What's that, brother? Ooh.
She said it was super cheesy and the soup was creamy, flavorful, and perfect for dipping. Speaking of dipping, Sarah got the French dip sandwich. This was thinly sliced roast beef, Swiss and au jus on a toasted French roll. She was honestly surprised by how good it was. My name is Stephanie and I got the cheddar bacon ranch chicken sandwich. This was served on a multi-grain bun. I really liked everything on the sandwich, but the bread was not my favorite. In true diner fashion, the French fries were nice and crispy. Deanna had the Angus beef burger plain with nothing on it. She thought it tasted like...
Yeah, that's something that actually stood out to me in Zombie Bomb. Disney knows their audience so well. They're like, look, we got a lot of these fucking pigs coming into our fucking slop theme park. And we got to have these special chairs so these fucking dumb bitches can fit inside them. Ugh, God. Ugh. Dude, it's like, look, ladies, have some self-respect. The body is a temple. The Lord does not take kindly to you punishing yourself by eating all this goy slop.
Like a pretty standard Disney burger. The menu also offers vegetarian options and has gluten-free buns available. Now for what we came here for. The kitchen sink is a massive sundae with scoops of vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, cookies and cream, and mint chocolate chip topped with hot fudge, peanut butter, Snickers pieces, fresh baked brownie, and smothered in every additional topping they have, along with a whole can of whipped cream.
You know what's funny? I bet these chicks get more laid. Or get laid more often than like the average like Nick Fuentes viewer. I bet like a couple of these chicks are married. It wouldn't surprise me.
We find that...
Dude, if I was like one of their husbands, I'd be like, yeah, babe, go to Disneyland for like the 5th time this year. Stay for another 2 weeks. Who cares?
Is to be a great value at $39. The menu says that this sundae serves 4, but in our opinion, it could serve way more than that.
Jesus fucking Christ. Guys, if I were to even eat like a part of this, because I'm at risk of like getting diabetes, I would fucking die. Like this would literally fucking kill me.
If you want to change out any of the ice cream flavors, they'll gladly let you. They also offer a Neapolitan and chocolate lovers version. This is a great spot if you're looking for something quick and easy, or if you're thirsty for ice cream after a day in the parks.
The Disneyfication of America has been a massive problem and it needs to be studied. All right, so insane sneaker alert. Official look, Jurassic Park X Nike Jaw 3 Tour SUV. April 10th for $135. I'm not going to lie, you guys, but these sneakers look pretty fly. So I am on my knees right now. You can't see me because I'm off camera, but I'm on my knees and I'm begging the Lord, please give me the strength to not buy these fucking shoes because they look so fucking cool and stylish and would look absolutely awesome while wearing skinny jeans and a very plain black fitted t-shirt. Get your dinosaur Jurassic Park themed Nike sneakers for $135 coming out this April 10th. It looks like the Jurassic Park Jeep from the first Jurassic Park film that was directed by Steven Spielberg. Guys, I'm being like for reals with you. Like these shoes look dope as fuck. Like these shoes look really, really fucking cool. Like this would be a really great shoe to wear, especially during the summer of 2026, of course. And guys, I feel weakness. All right, I feel weak right now. I need strength to not buy these shoes. I already have like 30 or 40 pairs of fucking shoes. Like, do I really need a Jurassic Park themed Nike sneaker? No, but do I want them? Yes. Will I buy these? Maybe. That's a strong maybe. Looks similar. Ooh. Oh, these are too dorky. This is like what a little kid would wear. That's not for me. This is perfect because Jay Morant is the type of person who would shoot a Tyrannosaurus Rex in the mouth. What? Will this be on Sneakers app? Yes, Nike sneakers or normal Nike. Okay, so I got to go to the Nike website and buy these stupid fucking shoes. I will wear them for the stream, you guys, I promise. Releasing on my birthday looks like a sign up to me. We spared no expense intensifies. Fugly, like you read about. Oh, those are sick. Yeah, it seems like people seem to really like the. Not gonna lie, these go hard. Yeah, these do go hard. How you know I'm balling if you see me wearing these? As much as I love Jurassic Park, it's a no from me, dog. They should have these in red and black and purple for the Raptors to play in. No, I like this color scheme better, and especially for the month that it's being released in, it's very, very appropriate. Well, I know who needs these. Well, who needs these? That way they know they're gonna get Jurassic kicked. Oh no. Oh no. Jurassic Park. Oh dude, these are great. These are fucking great. Guys, I'm gonna have to buy these shoes now. Unless the comments bully me into not doing it, I'm gonna have an itch to buy these goddamn shoes. There is a reason that the Puritans only wore black, white, brown, and gray. Okay, Gio, I bought a hoodie from PBR Godzilla Collab. What is PBR Godzilla Collab? That sounds hilarious. Zombie Bomb is acting like the Disney park ladies, and she's eating candy at 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, whatever candy you're eating is too much, so just throw it out. Put your fingers in your mouth and throw it up. You shouldn't be eating that. You're not going to digest it properly when you sleep. That is so sickening. Ew, gross. What is your problem? All right, we got one more consume sins, and then we're out of here. Oh, no, even Nick Fuentes. Here, we're going to stop the music so we can listen to what Nick Fuentes has to say.
Thank you. 71K sent $20. Thoughts on the new Lego Smart Bricks? Looks like the most Jewish thing ever.
I don't know. I'm not really involved in that controversy because I'm an adult man, you know. So I see it on TikTok where you get all these man children and they're like, these smart bricks in the new Lego sets. They talk about play features. I love the lingo. I love when you're watching adult men play with toys and they pause and they say things like, it's got play action. They got great play features like a launchable projectile. But I don't like the smart bricks. This new Lego set, it's like, brother, you're 35. Why are we playing with toys? So I am familiar with it. These like smart bricks, I guess, is making everything more expensive, and they make sounds, but the sounds aren't authentic. All the fans are bent out of shape because the X-Wing doesn't sound like an X-Wing. The motion-based sound effects are not movie accurate. That's just like, I don't know how you become that person. Yeah, I like Legos when I was a kid, okay? And I built a set during the pandemic because it was fun. But people that are like, have a display case full of toys, Funko Pops and Legos and lightsabers, it's just like, come on, guys. We got to grow up a little bit here. I just don't get that. I also say when people use Lego as like singular, people say like, there's this new piece from Lego. It's Legos, bro.
All right. I'm back on the Nick Fuentes really bandwagon. I didn't realize that we would see eye to eye on the consumer problem.
There's this new piece from Lego. It's Legos, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. That stuff really gets to me. I don't know how a person like finds themselves in that situation where they wake up one day and they're in a bedroom full of toys and they're an adult. I don't get it.
Cartoon style.
Yeah, I would end myself. That was me. Oh damn, dude, people are the mutiny in the chat or mutiny in the comment section says a childless unmarried streamer. Dude, if Nick Fuentes is like, yo, I got a kid out there, like I had sex before, I'd probably believe it. I don't see him having a problem in that department. Again, like he's putting up a front. Yeah, so basically everybody's like just attacking him. They're shitting on him. Me looking at my 2006 Lego Star Wars Destroyer, it's over. Yeah, dude, like I said, man, if as soon as you tell people this quit consuming products, like they just come after you. Like even your diehard fans will just fucking attack you. It's fucking sickening. All right, we got one thing I need to do. No. Give me 1 second, guys. No power result. Dude, where the fuck are the house races? Oh, this is the house districts. Let's look at the left. Oh, she fucking lost. Ah! Oh, fuck you, cat. You fucking dumb bitch. Oh. Oh, she fucking lost. Oh, dude, we gotta talk shit. We gotta talk shit. Oh. Let me copy that. Let's go over to... Let's go back to Twitter. We need to find... All right, we need to find that chick. Dude, why isn't she not posting anything? Is she seriously not active on Twitter? Damn, dude. Well, we need to make fun of her nonetheless. All right, let's find her. Let's look for people. Dude, she just changes to inactive because she was all over the internet like before. Dude. All right, so she just tapped out. Oh, fuck, that's Solar Movies. Whoops. Can't talk about piracy. Dude, does she seriously not have a fucking social media presence? Oh, no. Well, anyways, we're going to talk shit. Where's that button? Here we go. Get shit on, you fucking nerd. Haha. You lost. Alright, great way to end the night. Laughing at the misfortune of this person. Much deserved. Do y'all think Fuentes and Destiny are a couple, or was it just a one-time thing? I don't think it ever happened. Like, look, Fuentes is probably a rainbow boy for sure, but did he do stuff with Destiny? I don't know. I feel like he's too vain. I feel like his standards would be a little too high. I don't think he would do anything with Destiny. I don't see that. I don't think it's exclusive or anything, but I think they stay in touch and touch PPs and stuff. It's possible. Stay in touch maybe, but anything else, no. I think Destiny got busy with Nick. Some of them hate. Just saw that shit. They do the exact same rage bait shit from opposite angles. I don't know. Well, Destiny means it. Fuentes doesn't. That's the difference. You post about poops really often. I don't know what you mean by post about poops really often. I don't know what that means. I call people poop demons because that's what they are. Yeah, hold on. I got notifications. What's all this? I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, guys, we are well over 2 hours. I'm tired and I got to be up early. And yeah, when there's more new, look, there's not going to be news about what I do with Fleece and Bolters. Just one day I'm going to just start doing it, and that's just really all there is to it. And I want to do the fake crimes docu-series because true crime is still all the rage. And yeah, man, I mean, that's just really it. It's been the last 8 to 9 months have been a very wild ride for me, and it's been an honor and a privilege, to be honest. Yeah, the only thing really waiting on now is for my fucking 3D printer to be returned. So yeah, everybody, have a good night. I'm glad to be back, but I need a drink of water because it is fucking hot and I need to step outside anyways. So peace out, everybody.